but they do have a distinct.
Move on. And totally in a different game, there's enough space in the wording. You could read it that way. Or you could read it the other way. But
yeah, or we get the AI to read it. And then our robot overlords will tell us what it means.
okay.
So,
Or if I'm in general order terrain and I assault across a river, then am I not in disorder? There you go.
there you go. If a tree falls in a forest and no one's there to hear it. All right. Well, we've got everybody here on board. Mr. Bond is here.
I am here.
How are you doing, Robert?
I'm doing well. And how is everyone else?
Doing great. How are you, Rick?
Great. I just have a question on assault movement. I'm kidding. Yeah.
All right. This is where if I could throw a rock at you, I would. This is where
part of that
it's safe to be that way, Rick. You know, if we were at Consem, you know, a pair of tweezers might be coming slinging across the table at you there. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I do have some questions about placing Tiger 2s on top of a crest line and the hills of Belgium.
There you go. All right, we'll answer those questions. I mean, Mitch is the one who can edit the module, so I'm sure he can find some Tiger 2 counters somewhere and plunk them down.
Absolutely, whatever you want. I've got some Apaches.
Some Apaches. There we go.
There we go.
I figured out the AI line we could use, prompt we could use. Pretend you're Kutuzov and Napoleon, and you've both read through the regs, and pretend you're both sides, and then argue over the rules. That would be an interesting one.
There would. Well, I did a little video using what is it? Google's Notebook LM. Yeah. And I've got another video I'm going to be doing because I was sharing it with David last night. It read through the rules, the premier rules, and then it came up with a 2-person conversation podcast. It's completely auto-generated. The voices are all, you know, the script, everything. It just all came up by this little computer thing. And it's uncanny how human it is because they're using, you know, very conversational language. And I just can't believe that it's just all completely computer generated. So,
that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying.
The world is changing.
It is. It's you know,
it's going to change the world more than the wheel.
Yeah.
Less work for you on your channel, Eric.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just feed something into it, and then I'll be outsourced real quick.
Now they can actually you can feed in your voice to a certain place, and then it'll generate the whole thing in your voice.
Oh my God! Then I'll really be replaced. You won't know if it's me or not. Yeah.
I have a colleague who did that, and it was amazing. The lecture, I compared it to a real lecture and hit the voice, and it was almost exactly the same.
Wow.
It was, yeah.
I have Regs XXX in it right now, so if we have questions, I can ask it for us.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, because
could you do your voice and read the rules to me, because that's what I want.
Well, you know, so it was so funny because every now and again I get these ideas for the channel, and so I thought, what was it? There's this thing on YouTube. Is it AMRS or ASMR, something like that? It's where somebody will be making these little soft little stuff, and they'll have a little brush, or they'll whatever it is, and it's this very quiet kind of thing. And I don't know if it's supposed to be relaxing or it's supposed to be sexy. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. But I thought, you know, maybe I'll just read through like the rules for ALAO and it's a snow-covered day, and you're snuggling under your blankets, and let's read about Alau,
Have a
Uh,
backdrop with the fireplace and snow in the window.
exactly, exactly. We're looking out the window, and there's the old guard marching through the snow,
Now imagine the old guard.
Yeah, exactly. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Do you hear the snow crunching under their boots? So yeah, so I had this crazy idea for an I want to say it's ASMR, but I don't know
That's
if
what
I.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I'll
So
look at
yep.
it now.
So that might be something that shows up someday in your feed, and you guys can all throw your hands up in the air and go, Eric has finally lost it. So, well, good.
So it is basically a feeling of well-being combined with tingling sensation on the scalp and down the back of the neck.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Hey, give me Alan Watts. That'd be good.
As experienced by some people in response to a specific gentle stimulus.
There we go.
Okay.
There we
Also,
go.
Often in participation. Oh, often in a particular sound.
There we
Okay,
go.
have fun with that, Eric.
Yeah.
ASMR wargaming channel.
Word gaming channels.
Right.
And where I'm going to click the tweezers together in a soothing way, and the roll of the
Ah.
dice, a
Maybe
soothing
AI
roll of the
could
dice.
replace our voices
I have a
for our
tingling
conversations in your
sensation.
Dice
Oh,
are
yeah.
a little harsh sounding, so it takes some work.
Yeah.
I've found it to be pretty darn powerful in the last couple of weeks with the machine learning, questions that I've had. It's like it's
Oh,
been
it's
able
crazy.
to really handle them really quite deftly. Like, and it can take on, I can give it pictures, I can give it text, and
Yeah.
it's so helpful.
Yeah, and I'm writing a novel and I have the outline, so I'm like, hey, what if I have AI write it for me? So I'm starting to put in like my paragraphs and stuff and say, expand on this. It's kind of cool.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, it was funny because when I posted that video up on Facebook, Ed Wimble had posted a comment because I guess he and Alex and Bill Shipley and some other guys had gotten together to play test Alau, this new edition of Alau that the Clash of Arms is working on. And I guess Alex had, he was using some sort of AI thing that he'd put the 5th edition rules in so then he could, access it or whatever. And so Ed's comment was, he did this and then he's up, he's pacing around, he's arguing with the computer about whatever the rules are. And so I wrote back saying, well, how is that different than Alex is usually, kind of a thing. And Alex wrote back saying, yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm just like, whether it's a computer or real people, yeah, there's some things that are seem to be universal across the board there. So, but,
I wonder if you add into the rules, so like you're saying, you can add sources. I wonder if you can add in Ed's response to stuff, so they could be like, "Well, and Ed believes."
yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Well, I'm going to post
Funny.
this I guess podcast, this artificial podcast into a video, and then people can tell me what they think about it because it's really uncanny how human, normal, whatever you want to call it, this thing was. It was
That's
nuts.
cool.
So
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
disjointed as Regs 30 is, it's got to be helpful to sort of coalesce all the different places where
it was
my
on Premiere.
rules in
Yeah,
Regs 30 are.
yeah, it was Premier Rules is what I fed into it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'm sure you could do it with any. I mean, apparently Alex put in, 5th edition rules, so somebody could put in something else. But somebody who had commented on the video said, it'd be interesting if you put that in, and then you put in like tactical manuals, or you put in some other stuff that's, and it's only drawing from the source material that you put in. So if you put in the axioms of Napoleon, or you put in, who knows, some of the different stuff that is out there, because I think Brennan, you did something where you asked
Yeah.
AI, what's the best way to do some sort of attack or whatever, and it was pulling stuff, and that was a different AI source. It was pulling stuff from the web or from a wider variety of sources. But you get something like that, and then you marry it with, here are the rules of this war game. Now tell me what's the best way to take this position or take this readout or whatever.
Yeah, totally. That'll get interesting, and you go like, okay, what's the Optimax solution for this scenario? And it'll go, Prussian left hook, or it'll go, French frontal assault.
Well, you have the stuff
That'll be
you
cool.
wrote up, right? We should
Yeah,
put the
yeah.
stuff you wrote up and put it in there with like Regs 30 and see what it does.
Well,
That's what, yeah, I did. I posted it actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
with a little bit of guidance. It took about 3 cycles. It came out pretty accurate.
That's
It
cool.
had a bit of hallucination, but basically it was pretty much on target, frighteningly on target.
yeah. Well,
You
and
can
what's
put in the
interesting is
pictures now,
with
so it
Yeah.
could even assess the board situation if you upload a picture.
yeah, potentially. And what I thought was interesting was it can use a YouTube video as a source. So I was thinking, okay, we did a number of tactics talks, Brennan and I,
Mhm.
we talked, and then we had, I don't know, we did a presentation on Regs 30. We did a presentation on Premiere, and so you could load those up too, and then it's going to go through and sift through all of that. So it's going to have the rules, it's going to have our tactics talk, and then you could say, okay, what's the best way to do this, or whatever else? And now it's drawing from, multiple sources. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm interested. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more, but it is really scary
Mhm.
how real it is. It's nuts. So there you have it. Well, speaking of reality, let's dive into the reality that is Borodino here. I think we gotten through the end of all the chits. All the chits got pulled and
Yep,
moved.
cup is empty.
Okay, so it's just time for shooting, chopping, bayoneting, and then all the recovery that goes with it. So where do we want to start on the whole shooting thing? Do we want to split it into groups or just go down the line where everyone tunes into the firing?
I like
I
to
think
hear what happens.
I think just go down the line. Just
Okay.
because we're all
All right. Well, let's start in the west and move to the east then. So we're out on Robert and Brennan's side of the map over there.
Yeah, that looks like the first one. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got some infantry exchanging shots. And I think those 33. So Brennan's got, that's probably going to be a hit because you got 16 plus 12. It's 28 to 6.
28.
That's going to be.
Sorry, I was muted off. That's 4-1. That's a hit there.
Okay.
And then I guess you have a whole string of guns and stuff in a row, so you get all the next shooting.
Okay. I'll shoot back with, that's 8 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you shooting at? Which battalion?
I'll shoot at this battalion here.
Yep.
No.
Okay, so you're going to take a morale check.
They're fine.
Very good. Next, it's all you for a while.
Yeah. So let's see, we have this stack here. Can fire at the range of 2 on these guys.
You got a 1-to-1?
Well, wait a sec. Before let's see if you want to include that next stack. Yeah, that next stack, if you want to include it, you'll have medium range and you'll get a +2. But okay, whatever.
I mean, these 2 stacks go on this one, and then they can go on through, right? Oh no, they'll hit the hill.
Yeah.
Well, and it's short range. You don't have ricochet.
Oh,
at
you
short
don't have
range.
ricochet at short range.
Yeah, you only have ricochet at medium and long range.
So which 2 guns? Perfect.
You're going to get a better plus on the guy that's disordered because he's a fatter target, right?
He's a fat one, yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be 8 to.
So you're going to have 8 to 6 for the Lancers, right?
Aren't
So
they
just go
9
ahead.
in line?
Yeah, but they're
They're
more than
still
6
they're more than
increments,
6 increments.
Oh, okay.
so they're considered a column.
Okay, 1 to 1. That's a hit.
That's a hit any way you slice it.
Oh, they're not happy.
Nope. All right, and then the next one, add it up.
Got 14, and 14 is 28.
28 to 6, so you're at 4 to 1 odds.
Plus 2.
2.
And then a plus something else for the size of the unit, right?
Plus 5 or something, probably. 13 points.
Yeah, so it's plus 6. So you'll have a plus 8 altogether. 41 with a plus
4 to
8.
1 plus 8.
Roll, 62. Well, that's definitely a hit. In fact, it's
2.
2 hits. Boom, boom.
They have to make a morale check, too.
And they pass.
They did.
All right, that's my artillery fun.
Cool. What's next?
Oh yeah, we got these two. So can we shoot just at these guys assaulting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the one gun can, just here. This one would be blocked by your own troops.
Yeah, there's 2 here. Oh, so there's 3 increments that can fire there.
For
So
it.
that would
2 to 1.
8 and 5.
Are you shooting at this?
What? How many? These got 7 increments.
Oh no, I have 3 increments of artillery there.
Or 3 increments, but 7 is your shot.
7? Oh, it's a range of 4. Oh yeah, you're right. So it's 7 to.
Or no? Oh, wait a minute. It's more than that. Excuse me.
It's more than that.
8
Yeah, because
plus
it's
5.
medium range. It's
Yeah,
it's
so
going to be
it's
13.
12.
It's going to
13.
be a 2 to 1.
13 to. And is that into his flank? Does that count for anything?
The column, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah, it's still a fire defense of 6.
Oh, okay. So it's 2 to 1 with a plus 2.
Yep. Go ahead and roll.
34.
That's going to be a hit at 2 to 1. If the
It
leader
passed the
wasn't
morale check.
there, if the leader wasn't there, it wouldn't have been a hit.
Pass the morale check. Okay. Next shot will be these 2 shooting at this. You have fire defense of 6. I have attack 6, 14, 30, 5 to 1. A hit.
Back in a sec.
All right. Then these here will shoot at this. This is 24 plus 428 versus 8. It's probably 3 to 1 over there.
Yeah, 3 to 1.
Hit maybe 2 on that one.
So that was a hit?
Yeah, one hit.
Oh, the guy that's disordered? Okay.
He's almost dead. So he's got 50%, so he's got a minus.
Well,
plus
he's got a minus
3.
9 for being half dead. A minus 3 for being disordered, a minus 6 for being half dead, and then is it also a minus 6 for losing half of your remaining strength in one
Yes.
event?
Yeah.
So he's got a minus 15 altogether. So you want to roll low so he gets out of there.
He's gonna die.
That'll cost him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He dies. So he moves out, takes a hit, dies.
Yeah. Oh, he does. Yeah, because of ZOCs, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mitch, you're up next on the church. By the way, the guy who just
So-
died can shoot back. He can shoot back at somebody.
Yeah, go ahead and do that first. I'll count my stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
We'll
going
go
to have like
after-
4 to 9.
4 to 9.
It's-
We'll just go after that 5-7.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll. No, it's nothing.
So this goes on.
That goes on the
chart. What is it
chart.
called?
It should be the one that's closest.
The flag.
Yep, the flag that
Western
says
Morale.
First Corps, and it's going to be. They're part of the Fourth Corps. Yep.
Can I ask a dumb question? Why was it 4 to 9? Isn't he going in the flank, or so it's 6?
No,
4 to
no,
6?
because it's refused flank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because we have a refused flank rule in Regs, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Mitch, you're
I've got,
next against the church.
I'm counting
Field
27
full
here.
of bodies. That was a field full of bodies there. Yeah.
Is that right?
28.
15 for this one and 12 for this one.
It's actually 16 and 16 plus 12.
Oh, okay, so 28.
It's actually 16 plus 14, 30.
I thought help me on that one. 'Cause I was counting. We've got some guard, right? Left guard. So that's 4 times, right?
16. Yep.
So 16 plus another 12 is 28. Gotcha. I'm with you. So
It might be plus 14.
there's a miss.
But yeah.
There's a miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
That's definitely a miss.
They went around the church. The bullets all flew around the church.
And they did the matrix there. Yeah, you have to get, 5 to 1 to automatically get a hit, even with an 11.
Robert,
that.
did you mark off the ammo on the artillery guns up the valley?
Oh no, thank you for reminding me.
There's like 3 or 4 different hexes of them.
Guys in the church can fire back.
Yeah, let me just take care of the artillery really quick. Well, oh, I don't think I used this artillery before, so boom.
It's all fresh artillery, unsullied.
She's having some fun. She has no cavalry to lead. I guess that's better than nothing.
Well, in one of the La Bataille games that I was playtesting with Jim Soto, he's got Marshal Marat, who's the only leader on the board. It's all cavalry and a few horse guns. And Marat's the only one who's got an artillery bonus. So he puts Marat with the horse guns. And so here's Marshal Marat leading, a bunch of horse gun shooting. It was pretty funny.
Uh-huh.
So.
The church probably gets 2 shots at 2 different groups.
Yeah, since it's technically, or in theory, feeling square-ish.
But they're thirded or whatever.
Yeah, so it's basically times 3, but then they're thirded, so it's going to be a 6 to 9 and another, 6 to whatever the guy is who's...
7 down in the orchard.
You forgot one there, Robert.
Oh, one of the guns? Wandering around.
Yeah.
Or actually, which one should be on, or it doesn't matter which one's on top. Well, that takes the damage, right?
Yeah.
The one that's on top.
You got to
if
kind
it
of
gets,
you got to leave in the same order. So rearranging the stack definitely might be not the best approach.
Okay, I don't remember, but I think it was this. I think the 14 was on or it's this one. Okay. So 6 to 9 here, and then this
6
guy
to
was
7
shooting
over there.
and 6 to 7.
Yeah.
So 6 to 9. Nope. 7. Nope. Those are all the bad rolls. Well, after all those 60s.
All right.
That's
What's
cool.
next on the list?
I've got 18 here.
Okay. So 18 to 14. It's a 1-to-1 shot. Nope, that's a miss. Robert can shoot back.
He can't shoot back because
Oh.
he's being assaulted.
He's being insulted.
Oh, okay.
I'm being insulted.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, so the skirmishers are being assaulted. Okay.
Everybody's being assaulted down there.
Okay. Interesting.
These guns here.
Gonna fire over there. So we're at long range, it looks like. So you got 6 and 6. You got 12 to 6. So that's a 2-to-1, and you got 14 increments. So that's a +6 plus your leader. So plus
8?
7.
+7, you got.
Yeah. So 41 plus 7, that's going to be
52?
52. That's good enough for a hit at 2-to-1. So the top unit, which is the guys with the green jacket, they're going to take a hit. And then Michael will make a morale check with a +2. So 21 plus 2 becomes a 23. They're still probably pretty good. Yeah, they're 16s. They're very motivated. Okay.
Assume the bottom guy would pass. I guess he doesn't make a morale check. Never mind. He wouldn't make a morale check. I apologize.
Yeah, I think if the top guy passes, you don't have to check for the other guy, right?
Well, he's at 24.
You get +3 on the guy afterwards, plus the leader, so he's good.
Okay. Yeah, he's good then.
Mitch, you have an interesting shot coming up with your triple battery there.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it any way you want, but one combination that could be interesting would be to take Barclay and the center battery and fire them counter battery at the horse artillery on the point. And then you have a single floating right wing battery. It could shoot down at the 8-7 battalion in the woods. That might be the best use of your artillery bonuses statistically.
But
the alternative would be
Michael gets a shot here first.
Yes, that's right.
And here.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yep.
It's all simultaneous.
So are you gonna keep firing then?
I was gonna let you have your shot.
Oh. All right, so he's gonna fire. Well, okay. So he's gonna fire right there. That's gonna be a 1.
It's gonna be.
Why don't you fire it? Why don't you fire at that one?
Because he's gonna fire at that, or the guy at the point is gonna fire at him. Because he has the greater bounce capability.
You're starting at 3. You're starting at 3 though, so it's like is it 1 to 2?
It's 1 to 5. It's 1 to 5 actually.
Yeah, I don't think you can even fire. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there isn't.
Yeah, because their unlimbered artillery have a fire defense of 16.
Yeah.
So you'd be firing 3 to 16.
Yeah. So he's going to have to fire right there.
Brennan, if it goes parallel to the slope, is it blocked here or not?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So 44.
So 3 to So 3 to 6. That's a 1 to 2
Nope.
shot. That's going to be a
1 to 2.
miss.
No.
So scratch some ammunition, I guess.
Now, can this one still shoot at this? But he's not going to have a valid shot there. But it does bounce through to that.
That'd be 1 to
I think-
4 on the bounce through. There's no
Okay.
Yeah,
No
they
chance
can't
of
hit because they're in skirmish.
maybe next turn you can squunch those guys together with a prolong, and then they can like work together. They'll do better.
Yeah, get a leader over there or something.
Yeah, he does have one.
All right. So then, did you update your your ammunition? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
So
let's
then
do the
now we
let's
go
do the
over
Barclay
to.
shot. Who did you think was a good shot for the Barclay? Worked for me.
The main thing there is, those are position batteries, and their general mission is counter battery at first. Like you could combine all 3 of those batteries onto the infantry, but it's not all that great a target. Whereas pinging off a point of artillery might be useful.
So 18.
And does that one actually see, or does it get blocked?
Let's take a look. See.
If all 3 can fire, then that's your best shot.
Yeah, then I say it's all 3 because we said last time that the vertices don't count.
No, they don't.
All right, so all 3, so 27.
Okay, then that's your best shot for sure. Yep.
So 27
go.
to.
Plus 5.
Now it's only +3 for Euler, right?
Okay. Huh, 18.
Doesn't matter.
But there is a ricochet, right? Because it's a ricochet in the brush.
Not
or
through
no?
brush. Not through
okay.
brush. You can't get a 66 on those every shot.
All right. Okay, my rolls from yesterday continue. All right, let's go to these guys over here.
Yeah, you've got 3 big ones. They could find a target, and 1 separate one. This guy can find an individual target. The 3 together, the 3 big batteries obviously should shoot together. And counter battery is their number 1 priority if they have it. If not, just any target that's softest.
Do you see an artillery unit that's in range? I'm just trying to.
No, I think their best target's like going to be this guy here, probably.
I think that's about it, isn't it? Because everybody else is in that draw. And okay,
yep.
So 27 to whatever that is.
That's going to probably be 16.
15, maybe 15.
Let's see, skirmishers. Yeah, 15. So it's not quite 2 to 1. It's 1.5 to 1.
1.5 to 1 plus 5.
Yep. So that's going to be a hit. Yep.
And then this guy has a target like down the line to that, probably.
That'll work. Let's just fire that bad boy off and see what happens. 9.
That's going to be 9 to 15.
No joy.
That's a miss.
All right, I marked all my ammo.
Okay.
We included. Or wait, did we include? Has this guy fired?
No, he could shoot at maybe this hex or something. Maybe he can't. Yeah.
Well, can he fire at these guys here that are in square?
He's right down the line. I think that this.
Yes, he can. Yeah, he can.
Actually,
he can. Yeah,
he
that's
can
a
fire
shot.
at these guys that are in square.
Yep. That's good. Go for it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's okay.
Yep.
There we go.
60,
that's it. That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Good shot, Mitch.
Hey, finally something. Maybe my assaults will go better.
And I'm sure
I think I just get off the schneid and I'll be all right.
All right. David, have you got anything you've got? You've got some guys in the woods, yeah? Or they're in the brush, I guess. What's their range? Range of 9.
They
1,
got a
2,
9,
3,
so
4,
they got
5, 6,
that
7,
guy
8,
there.
9.
So I got
So you're going to
5
have
against whatever.
5 to 6 with a plus 6.
Plus,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
not
gonna be
good enough.
Nice.
enough. And let's see, I don't think I have anything else ready to fire. Oh, until we get over here. So,
Okay.
um,
And you've kind of hidden all your little people away, I think, right? 2, 3, 4.
Eric,
5,
they're on the
6,
move
7,
forward is
8,
the
9,
problem.
10, 11,
Watch out next
12.
turn.
Oh yeah. No, there'll be plenty of targets next turn. Just this turn, there ain't much to look at. He's trying to hide them behind the fletches, here, there, everywhere. So
yeah,
it's okay.
great.
It'll get exciting. It'll get a little hot there for some Russians.
Yeah. So, all right. So he's whatever I don't even think he's got a shot at that. He's only got 3 against that. Or
Right.
no,
So
he's got
that's
6 against that.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be 6 to
1 to 3.
15. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 to 3.
Yeah.
Roll well enough.
No,
Nope,
yep, no,
not today.
that's not well enough. That's all I've got that I can see.
All right. Now we kind of move over towards where Rick and I are. We've got a couple of people that are adjacent to each other. I've got with some cavalry over here. I think these guys, my little Jaegers, they can fire here. So that's going to be 7, and then these add in another 4. So that's going to be 11 to, I don't know what ponies in the
6
brush
probably.
are worth.
Might be
it says
7.
7. Yeah. So it's
7.
going to be a 1.5 to 1 shot. So let's go ahead and roll, see what we get.
Mitch, did you mark all
31.
your ammo on all the guns that
I
did
sure
fire?
did.
Yep.
That is a miss. And then these guys and these guys can saber those guys. So that's going to be 8 to 6 with a plus 6. Yeah, 8 to 6 with a plus 6. Here we go. 26, 36. That's going to be a miss. Unless there's more. No.
That's a cavalry skirmish, right? So they can attack all of the cuirassiers.
Yeah, they
down
can
the
attack
line.
everybody
Yep.
down the line. Yeah.
Yep.
So then here I'll have 4 to 6, no pluses. Nope. And here then I'll have a 4 to 6 with a plus 3, I think. And that's not anything. So that takes care of all that stuff down the line.
That was a really cool fencing match, though. That was like mounted saber fighting. That was cool.
All right, we do have then this poor little guy here who can fire over there. So he's got 4, and that's going to be 4 to 6, and I think I get a plus 3 for that stack. Right? Yeah. Here we go. 66.
Hey.
Wow, that's a hit, and
Pitch-
there's a leader there too.
Pitchforks. The militia have done their job.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
And
that's a
Jack
hit.
Winnow has to make a roll.
Yeah, let me roll, see what happens to him.
He
A
got
2.
pitchforked.
Oh, he got stabbed through the shot through the chest. So there goes Yaquino. So I guess morale check with a -3. No one's going to underestimate the Moscow militia now. Oh, they're still happy.
Medals all around. Order of St. George.
So he was the 3rd Brigade commander. So then you'll need to have, I think it looks like Nansute has an ADC, St. Henry. He would then take over and become the brigade commander next turn. Doot, 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 doot. All right.
I like the statistics of the Cossacks skirmishing against cuirassiers. That's like, it's not that great odds, but over time, that kind of thing could do some attrition. That's cool.
Well, got to roll better than what I was doing, but yes, in theory, it might achieve something. So, all right. Well, I think that took care of all the firing everywhere. I didn't have anything else to do. Rick, you didn't have anything else to shoot, did you?
Can you lead me to my crying, please?
You've got so many
No, I don't got
leaders. You can't. You wouldn't even miss that guy. What's his name? He'll be forgotten. Just a footnote.
He was key at Waterloo later.
He was, definitely. Yeah, he is at Waterloo, but not in this alternate reality.
I think now Kutaisov has to teleport to a selected melee, and I wanted to suggest that he joins the guards to attack the watermill on the Voina.
Well, I let's see, where is he? Okay, here he is. He is teleporting through the magic of television, through the magic of whoever wrote these rules. There he goes. So he's now over there. So that's somebody else's attack. That's not my attack. Is that Mitch's attack?
Yeah, Mitch.
Me.
Okay. So
How does that work?
So there is a special result for the Russians, which we rolled, which, trust me, it's not a good one. I don't like it because it takes my supremely fantastic artillery commander and sends him to any assault that's happening somewhere that we choose. So it's on a roll of a 14, 15, or 16. It says Kutayazov suicidal. Kutayazov has a premonition of his demise. At the beginning of the assault segment, Kutayazov must move to any friendly hex of the Russian player's choice, which is being assaulted. Oh, we don't have any hexes that are being assaulted. We don't have to move him. It's only, we don't have any hexes that are being assaulted. So if the French were assaulting us, then we would move him.
Yeah.
French, do you want to launch an assault just to draw him?
See if you're
Robert?
Oh
Yeah.
wow. That was lucky.
Yeah, so it's not a case where when we first read through it, we're like, oh crap, now we got to send him over to be with some sort of assault. But I guess
Beam me
yeah,
up, Scotty.
but now I guess it's like it's only if it's a Russian hex that's being
defensive.
assaulted. Yes,
It's defensive.
Oh, so were we aware? I
Yeah.
don't know if
yeah. Because
Maybe
we
you weren't
talked
aware of
about
that.
it when we rolled the dice.
I was not aware of that. I would have had at least some salt going on somewhere. Just
Do you want to pick one and
But
throw
no,
it?
no,
that-
but we
it's
we
too late.
originally thought
No.
we originally thought it was any assault, not just a French assault, but a Russian assault. So that's why they did the assault.
All right.
Oh well, it's still a good assault to begin with. Mitch, you want to start with that one?
Yeah, so that's fine. So I am. So do we need to do the roll to close and all that?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, and actually,
what
that
page was that in the rule?
the one of the things that why I came across that what we were talking about before with the assault and where they talked that movement was actually in the we've been Brendan and I had been playing the assault wrong, and that roll to close number. And the roll to close number is either when you declare the assault, or if at the if at the beginning you're actually closer, you can't like move away and then declare the assault and then assault in. It's the lower of whichever number it is, the number of when you start your move, or the number when you declare your assault.
Right. That's what I seem to recall. So it wasn't the sort of
Right.
thing like I'm going to move back 3 hexes and then I'm going to declare my
We had
assault.
been,
Yeah.
actually we had been misplaying that in our other game, and that's why. And I came across that and go, oh, I didn't realize that. So
Okay. All right. So who's doing what, where, and why, or how?
Mitch, try to take the mill there with the guys in the orchard.
Yeah, and the distance was 5.
Yeah.
So
So you're going to roll. What are the different odds we have to look at here? So.
All right. So
To make 'em
5
roll.
is a 0.
Yep. So there's no pluses for that.
He passed. He passes that.
Okay.
And then the defender is in a special structure, so he doesn't need to roll.
But he does
except to
roll
determine
see, yeah.
to determine the odds and firepower now.
When do I do that?
right now,
1 die or is it 2 die?
2 die. You're
What-
making
that's
You're
where's
making a
which-
morale check, and it's gonna if you pass your morale check, you get double fire.
You are half
There's-
though, so you get a minus.
Halved, and he's also 2 increments defending against the incoming larger stack. So that was a failure.
So he's halved and okay, so he's disordered.
No.
No. It's just whether or not he got effective fire.
He's not doubled. He gets the full firepower, but not doubled, and no
Oh.
column shift.
So I was trying to find where in the rules it says special structures have that thing, because I was, for whatever reason, seeming to think that general order allowed it, but maybe I was just looking at something.
It's only special structures. It's special structures and like a couple of other things, but ordinary.
Oh,
general
here I
order
found it.
doesn't
Yeah,
do
it's
anything.
16.5.4. Okay.
Yep.
Automatically
Yep.
stand. They roll the dice, however, to determine if they deliver effective fire defense and defensive.
So you guys
shifts.
shoot at each other, and Mitch, you're doubled, and I think Robert, you're not doubled, but you're a regular.
Okay.
So I'm in column, so that gives me a 16.
Yeah. And the fire
That's a miss.
defense is probably what, 16 or something like that?
12 in there. A wooden
12.
mill. Yep. And
But
then
double 1 is a miss.
Robert, you got 2 shooting back against the 7 fire defense.
I
So
can't
that's
read
less than
what
1
it
to
is.
3. He can't.
So, okay, so then it's just assault
Why is it 2?
because you're in a special structure, so it's like a square.
So you've
Oh,
got
okay.
2
So it's just like
increments,
the church up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm 18.
God, wouldn't it be 3?
So he's got 2 increments left. So
times
2
3.
times 3
Yeah, okay.
That's
divided
six.
by 3
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
2.
And then see, so there were 13 in that unit. They've lost
26
So they're
divided
about
by 5.
2. Yeah.
so they've probably lost what 8?
I'd
Yeah,
say
So
that
they're at
that's
5. They're worth 5.
5.
So 3 to
Okay.
1.
3 to 1.
Here we go. Huh.
Yeah.
How many double ones could I roll?
So
No
what does
effect.
that do?
No effect.
Well, doesn't that mean that there's another?
Oh yeah, that means we can have another turn. And I can bring in like
3 to 1 is 3 to
I
1.
think Mitch, you might have been defeated there.
It's
82. Yeah.
82.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah, at 5 to 1, it wouldn't be anything. But yeah, if it's 3 to 1, it's
I apologize.
yeah.
You should have had a leader there.
I'm
You
glad
could-
the
you
leader
could
wasn't
put
there.
Kutuz-
He would
you
have
could
gotten.
put Kutuzov
He would have
there.
gotten greased.
Yeah. We got to reread that rule. Maybe he's supposed to be there. Let's read it a 3rd time or a 4th time.
Keep changing the interpretation.
It's still not going to be very happy because you're going to have to disorder back into the cavalry hex, which is here, and then you displace probably to here.
Okay.
And then it's not a route, so there's but it is an overstack infantry and cavalry, right? Is there a modifier for that?
Probably.
Probably -6 or something.
Pass.
Okay, they're good cap. So there you are. All right, now you got another assault there.
All right. Roll to close.
That you don't have to roll yet. They have to retreat. Skirmisher, when assaulted, must retreat.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I don't know if I have I'd have to retreat through the windmill.
You can go into it and stop there if you want, or you can keep going. Yep.
Yeah, because I have I would thought that.
And that's going to cause opportunity fire by the green battalion and the disordered battalion.
Yeah, but
right, so I can't go this way. I can only go here.
That's right. And you can keep going from there if you want.
I have to, because that you're only allowed to have one unit in the.
You can have up to 6 increments though, so you could stack in with them if you want.
But you wouldn't be in skirmish order anymore.
You could join the garrison.
You could go in there and assume their formation.
Okay. Then I'll do that.
Now, could all 3 units then shoot at them? Because they're all.
The assaulting one can't fire, so the other 2 do.
Okay, here we go.
And it's at half of what they're normal.
So 34 is probably going to be a miss because they had a fire defense of 14, and you're probably shooting at 1-to-1, right?
Okay. Now you can take the hex, and if you want, you can launch an additional assault.
Oh yes.
So then you just go attack them again.
Okay.
Now you're rolling to close.
Oh no, I passed. I probably passed. I don't know.
You didn't quite because you needed a 15.
Yeah, you need a greater.
So you still do
this
it.
This is a continuation of yesterday. Very much exactly.
Well, are there any bonuses or anything for it?
No, that's the thing with unless you've got,
take it back. There's probably a +6 because it's a greater than 4 increment unit attacking what was originally a 2 increment unit. The question is, does the skirmisher count for the defense? Skirmisher should be underneath. It goes to the bottom of the stack. And then the question is, when you make that assault, does it count or not?
No, I think the skirmisher does. Once he's in that square, he get count.
He probably does count. In the other editions, it wouldn't count, but here it probably does. So then you failed the morale check.
And he gets no bonus for winning the hex and going on to the next hex.
No, it's not a melee yet. Like you would if you'd won a melee or something. So
you see. Okay.
Yeah. And then the defender rolls for effective defensive fire. It's like roll to stand kind of thing, morale check. Yep.
Roll high, Robert.
No.
That's
well,
not high enough.
Not high enough.
But that's okay. You get normal fire, but this time you'll be able to actually fire.
What will it be?
Now you got 5 against 8.
5 against 8. Okay. D4.
That's probably just missed.
1 to 1.5.
55.
Ah.
Nope.
And then it's melee. So Mitch, you're half, but the defender is full strength.
I got 9.
Does he calculate both units or just one?
Yeah, both.
They both. Yep.
So the first one was 5, and the second one would be 3 increments. There's 13.
Really 1 to 1.5 on the attack.
Yeah.
13. Maybe surrender.
It's a route.
It's a route because he's already disordered?
It's just a route. It's attacker route.
Oh, it's attacker route. All right.
Yep.
Does he
So
lose
just
an increment?
route on back through here. Yep.
Does he?
He does.
No.
He lose an increment. Yep.
If it was a disorder, would it then convert to a route because he's already
Yes.
disordered?
Yeah, it would. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Thank you.
That first one with the 82, does he lose an increment also?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So this one's going to lose an increment also.
And then you can head on like back through these guys or something on the route and get up to here. Yep. You could also, you probably could route this way. You're just running away from this guy. This is a better route path, actually.
Let's go that way.
Yeah. That's like 3 plus 3
6.
more 6, and then you're 9 to here, and then you're 12 to there, and you're done. 13 up to there.
Well, that was fun.
Those were good attacks, but guys were just. Now we're assaulting.
Eric took
over
all
here.
your luck to kill my leader.
Yep. The Northwest Battalion will attack. This guy rolls to close successfully. The second one rolls to close successfully. Now this battalion needs to roll to stand.
He gets he's in squares, so he gets some modifier 6.
It's 20. It's exactly 24.
Well, it's
Right, but it's
14.
yeah, and he's not half dead like the other guys were. So there's
Yeah,
so he passes.
Yeah, he passed. Okay, good. So then roll for defensive column shifts.
So roll a
Is that
single
1 or 2
die,
die?
just 1 die.
Single die for defensive column.
Where's that column? I'm trying to find. They don't put all the relevant columns on the same page in this game for some reason.
That's because there's too many.
Yeah.
Roll a single die.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's a 1 through 3, nah, it's nothing.
Okay.
You basically need a 4, 5, or a 6 for it to have any impact.
So now we have attacking fire and defending fire. Attacking fire is doubled. I have 24. It's 4 to 1. That's a hit.
So now he's not in square anymore.
No, he's not in square, but his defensive fire is in square. So
Yeah.
he had.
So he had 3 increments. So
3
you got-
doubled, 6 fires, 1 to 1, 1 to 1 on.
So you can pick one
Who's your
target,
target?
One's already got 1. None of them have any damage to, or does this guy, or is that your roll to close the 1 there?
There was a roll to close in there somewhere. No, the 1 was a hit from the artillery across the way.
Oh, right. Well, we'll shoot at that one then. 56. That's
a hit. Yep. Okay. Good. So the attacking hit and the defending hit cancel each other. So you come out of square facing any direction you want, probably at the people who are attacking you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then we count up melee strength.
Oh, I don't have much left at all there. Probably at 5 to 1. There's only 11 increments.
Yeah, so you've got 2 increments left, so you're about 4 points.
Okay, it's 5 to 1 then.
Yeah.
5 to 1, 5 to 1, 31 is a DR.
DR.
You'll lose both increments running away, so you're gone.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. I figured that.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Something to add to. I'm getting to know where this chart is too much. The morale level track.
And then they occupy the hex and are disordered by the attack, and they get mayhem. They get like movement because there's no zone of control. So they roll a 3, which is a there's like a momentum table.
Wouldn't their momentum carry them through their front hexes or something?
They're disordered.
Oh,
They rolled a 3. They advanced 3 hexes, and I think they can launch another attack. 1, 2, 3. They'll assault the skirmisher.
There's only 1 increment there
Okay, you have to retreat.
before combat, right? Yeah.
Right.
And what is the?
you get to do another shot before the assault.
I will get opportunity fire,
So
which
down,
probably has
down the hill would be
4.
4, and across the Voina would be
Rather,
6,
3, 7.
7.
Yeah.
Is it 3?
Well, it's sorry, it's +2. No, it's +2.
Is it +1 or +2?
+1.
2. Or
Point is +1. It's 2 movement points.
Okay, so they could go that far.
Yep. And they could go 1 more. They're going to be disordered anyway because they move so far.
Okay. No, that's 7 there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or yeah, 7's there.
5, 6 to there.
7 is there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
If you want to go 1 more. Okay. And then I think I occupy that hex, and I think I can launch a 3rd attack, but I'm not sure I want to. So I think I have to occupy the hex, darn it. That's not worth my time.
Are you disordered again?
Yeah, but not routed.
Okay.
If already disordered, just stay that way. So now I'm stuck out in front of the French artillery. Lovely. All right. Stupid momentum roll. That's all.
So question
So
for
this
you.
is what
I say that was
this
a
thing
real
called
unit?
the assault impetus. Is that what that's called?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, he's
after the
actually gonna-
initial
he's
hex of
gonna- He's going to
advance,
attack. Yeah, he's going to launch an attack. So he'll roll to close, which he failed. So they rout. Just because I don't want to get stuck out in front of the artillery. That's going to cost me a lot more hits than losing 1 for routing. Now I got to route.
No, for that route roll, was it a minus because you're disordered and minus because you're 2 different units?
But yeah.
Okay.
All those things.
so you're saying that you have a successful melee, you can then move and do another melee, and then another melee,
Well, the second one that I attacked was a skirmisher
right?
who retreated before combat.
Yeah, but I can't find any of this stuff here. I'm looking through it, trying to find it.
All right, this will be interesting.
Yeah, because I'm just like,
It's a rare
what's going
situation.
on?
This is
Yeah.
worth looking at. It's called assault impetus or
16.9.
mayhem.
Yeah, 16.9. And 16.9.3 is the
Eric, it's attack, riposte, remise, continuation d'attaque.
Yeah. I'm just like, what's going on here? Because
You
with
see that in
anything
the
else, like, okay, you had it, you occupy the hex the other guy was in, like, so you would have occupied the one where the square is. But now you're saying that, I mean, what's immediately sprung to mind was like, well, this is like the old guard charge.
It is. It's a mini version of that. Yeah,
But-
it's what.
yeah.
This is the classic saber phrase, right? It's like, and then 1 more. And that's
Okay.
what counts. Yep. Okay, now he's got a route. He's gonna route here, right? Okay, 1, and then
So they follow the retreat path of the other unit.
Right.
But they just died.
For each hex
when
of
they were-
assault impetus, the retreating unit loses 1 increment. The top unit in the stack takes the losses. If all defending units were eliminated before the initial hex of the advance or due to losses inflicted, the assaulting unit may advance in any direction the player desires. They must advance until they reach the limit of their assault impetus die roll or upon entering an enemy zone of influence.
And
If the stack of multiple units are retreating, so I'm curious where you get to do another assault. This looks
That's
like
a
it's
good question.
just you carrying forward. It doesn't
maybe he
look like.
doesn't. Okay, maybe he doesn't.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
maybe
see
he
anything here that says that you are able to launch another assault. It looks like the guys are just, they're chasing after the guys that they were initially attacking. But I don't see anything here that allows you then to
skirmish
do
would go back.
another assault.
And you're okay.
Okay, let me just quickly double check that.
Look at I'm looking using the AI. It's looking at 16.3.7.2 as like areas it's saying.
It's how about mayhem?
new
It might be under mayhem. Yeah. Declare a new target.
Yeah, it says declare a new target. Here's the crucial part. If the hex the assaulting unit advances into was not in general order terrain, the assaulting unit may declare a new target for their assault upon entering the hex. This new target must be in the frontal facing the
Okay.
advancing
Well,
unit.
that's after one
Adjacent.
retreating before assault, and
Right.
Isn't he
this
retreating
is yeah.
before assault?
No.
I
This was the
I
square.
was the-
This was the square that got overrun, right? And so
At
what?
the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning. And so then there's the impetus roll where basically say that unit had, 5 increments left. It would have been retreating, and as it retreats, then Brennan rolled 3 somewhere on a chart. So he's got to advance 3 hexes following it, right?
So if I was here and I had 2 increments left and I got a DR, I would go here for 1. I would lose 1 increment, and then I go like here,
And then
lose
you
the
cease to
second.
exist. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so do I stop
then-
after that? Maybe
Yeah,
I stop
you would.
after that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could. I mean, you could go the 1 more, but you couldn't launch a new assault.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
must, and you must go all 3.
Even
you
if there's
could go
no
back.
enemy.
But that third
Yeah.
one you could, the
Yeah.
third one you could go in any direction because his unit
that's a relief.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay,
Yeah. So it
that's a much
says they
better-
must
I thought I had to, like,
advance until they reach the
do
limit
something.
of their assault.
Okay.
But if the other guy got wiped out, they can advance in any direction the player desires.
Okay,
But
that's
if
much better.
yeah, so you do move,
went
I
there.
guess, three
Yeah.
hexes.
But you can move back in any direction you want.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Right.
no,
Does
this
not
other thing
grant
is
them the ability to chain assaults together.
Okay. I thought it was like blind charge on a stupidity.
no.
Would he be here though? Would he be here?
Where did your other guy get wiped out?
He got wiped
This
out.
this is where he would have the last increment when he went from here to here. So
Yeah. So he basically where you're at right now is
Yeah, I'm kind of happy where he was.
and then you got one more hex.
One more
that
moving
can
point?
be any direction you want. So
Yeah, the thing says pretty bold. No, a unit cannot immediately
Oh.
conduct a new assault using the assault impetus.
Thank God. Okay, good.
and
That-
you can
I
and you
remember
can
that.
change your formation. I'm not your formation, but I guess the
Disorder.
direction
disorder.
that you. Oh, they're
Yeah, they're
disorder.
disorder.
Okay, yeah, so it
Disorder.
doesn't matter.
That was interesting. Thank you for correcting me on all that. I thought it was blind stupidity at that point. Great. Okay. Very good.
Yeah, no, I was just like, that's a little too op there.
That was too horrible. Very good. Okay. So that's it for my assaults.
All right. Are there
Anybody else?
other
Rick, are you
assaults?
assaulting Eric? Anybody?
No, I found out I can assault into a swamp. So
Yeah, he was all set to charge the swamp. And then Shrek showed up and said, "You can't come in my swamp." So, all right.
Are we on to
Convenient.
rallies and stuff?
Yeah, I guess we would be rallying.
all right. So recovery from disorder first.
Yep, I got my little Moscow militia
Is it
over here. Let's
disorder
roll for
or
them.
Grand Plus?
Oh no, there's
Disorder
something to me.
first.
Disorder first. Okay.
All right.
So, you know, start up at the left there and see if you can recover those.
Okay, so I've got a -3, but a +2, so I just have a -1 here. 36. That's probably good enough.
It's cool with the rules in the AI because it like shows you everything and gives you where to click the rules to see additional supporting rules. It's neat.
Yeah, and it's got citations, at least that one that I
Yeah,
saw,
yeah.
where it says,
Yeah.
hey, this is where you find it in the rules.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.
So these guys also didn't do any movement really this turn. So would they also lose their tired marker?
Who's
No,
that?
they retreated to there.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they ended up
I don't
retreating.
remember anymore. It's been long. It was a while
Yes.
ago. It was
So
last week. Okay.
They're tired right now, but they're not disordered anymore.
Okay. So there's that one.
Yeah, that's why we should probably put the charge marker, leave the charge marker on top of them. So we know the charge happened that turned.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, you're supposed to flip it over and it's supposed to have a difference in backside to indicate.
Yeah, if you use the charge markers I added to the new module, they have that.
Okay, so I have.
But Brennan can't see that.
Ominier's units. Again, it's just a -1. And they're happy. But they're exhausted. And then
I have to put the ASL rules into this.
Just click the stack and flip and hit Control F, and you can see what you need to roll.
After disorder, is it routes?
Yes.
So you're 22 and you got a +3. So roll and -3, so you're at 0.
0. No.
So they're still disordered.
Oh, they don't route?
No.
As cavalry?
This is not the 5th edition.
Okay.
Or the 3rd edition. Or Premier.
Okay. So we got Hussein down here. He's got lots of disorder markers on him. So it's -2 for this one. And they're happy.
You drive me crazy, Robert.
You can actually just expand the stack. You don't have to do all that unwinding and moving it.
How do you expand the stack?
Double click
you
on
just
the stack.
double click on it.
And then you can select any given stack.
How?
It doesn't. Double click on the stack.
I just did. And it.
All right. So see how it expands it? Now you can click on any single counter in that stack and remove it or whatever, you know.
Huh. Okay. I guess so. I don't know.
You got to practice that.
Okay. I don't want to drive the Emperor mad. So. Okay. And then got these guys here.
Yep. So you've got a +1 on your die roll there. So just roll a die. Yeah, you're fine. Take off the disorder mark. So double click the stack, grab the disorder. Yep. And double click it to close it back up. So.
And everybody else, oh wait, how about Chappelle here? Oh no, that's their grandpas.
You got a disorder here.
Okay. He's got a -2. That should be good enough. So double click. There you go. So, okay. Okay, and that one's good.
Did you do this one?
Yeah, he just rolled for the top unit. Yeah.
Oh, it has 2 of them on it for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the top one passes, then they all pass, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a modifier depending on what the quality of the unit below.
Oh, okay.
in this situation because the bottom unit is pretty much equal. Yes.
So was it a +3?
Yes.
Okay. So then it would negate the deleterious effect of the disorder. And a 36 is a good enough roll. So you're just looking at the same roll for everybody.
Yes. One roll for the stack
Okay.
and apply it.
Right.
Yeah. But
So
if the top
if
one
you,
fails, then
yeah,
there's a
so
negative modifier.
okay. So if you rolled something like a 14 or whatnot,
12.
then a
Yeah,
12.
like I was
yeah.
rolling. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Brandon, you made your rolls?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And now you can. If
Now
that's
it's
all
time
the
to roll for
disorder-
the routed people, right?
Yep.
I got a couple of those too, I think.
How much more does he move?
Well, let's see. Let's see. There's the closest to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. All right. So
So-
these two got to just keep going unless they got an officer, and they can still they can roll if they got an officer. So he has to keep going.
Till he's 15 away, right?
Right. This one can roll, but he will keep going until he's 15 if he fails.
Okay. And Chappelle up here too.
Well, he's got an
Chappelle-
officer with him, so he could attempt to do it. He'd have a
-5.
-5, yeah.
Okay. We'll do
So
that
roll
one
for him first.
No.
Nope, he's going to keep running.
So
He's tired, so he's at 7 plus a half, so he's got like 11 movement.
11. And what is brush?
The brush
cost?
is 4 for cavalry.
So he could go back 2, 4, 8. Oops. Okay. And then these guys have to go back. And they're exhausted, so they're halved.
Thirded.
Or thirded.
Right. And then
And
they're
then times 1.5.
5.
so that
So they can go like 8.
So like 2 hexes.
Yep.
So 1, 2. Okay. And then these guys have a leader, Gerard, 2 and 6, so it's a -4.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're
Okay, fine.
Now, do they just come out in disorder, or do they go all the way to?
Yeah, all the way back to order.
How do you cycle through?
Mitch, your guards battalion has to keep routing. He might as well like go
Yeah,
through
I
the
just-
rank.
How do you cycle through your units?
So you just
You, like,
lasso the
move
whole
something-
hex, lasso the whole
But how do you
hex, and then you
move- how do
press
you
the arrow key, the side to side arrow key. Right.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. And then these guys keep going back, so this is
So they're going to basically move. So they got.
They pass the morale check.
So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And can they go into the forest?
They
That'd be
can. It
another
costs 3.
So that'd be 10, and they're 7, so they could.
Yeah. So they're going
Go
to be
there?
moving, say, 11
He
movement
can roll
points.
for those. Why can't he roll for those?
Aren't they?
Or they
Weren't they more than within 15? 1, 2,
No,
3, 4, 5,
15
6, 7,
goes
8,
to right here.
12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, okay.
So you could roll?
This guy, yeah, I think he was right there, but yes, he can roll.
I thought they had to be in woods or something, or structures.
If he fails, then they still got to keep heading towards the nearest woods. But he can roll at 15.
Oh, okay.
He's
Okay.
greater than 15.
Okay, so I'll roll for him then. No, he's still. So that's
So 2, 3,
5,
5, 7,
7.
10 puts him right there in those woods. Yep.
Okay, so these guys can roll 2.
35 becomes a
35,
25. They probably pass.
Yep.
22, yep. They're feeling better about their life.
They come back in column.
And last but not least, these guys are half dead.
So they got a
Got a
minus
minus
6 there, plus
12.
another minus 6.
Minus 12.
Yep.
Okay.
You want to
46 becomes a 26. They should pass. Provided their morale's like everybody else's. Yep.
Oh, that's good. Wow. And that's, oh, wait, these guys over here. Look at these guys here. They'll roll. No. So
Well, actually, they can't anyway because they're still within 15 of an enemy. Yeah. They're just barely at 15. If they move back one more hex, they'll be outside of that, at least for the moment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13. Oh, you're right. Okay, so they just keep going. So 2,
yeah, they'll go back.
4, 6.
They got, say, 10 movement points.
8, 10. Right. That's a mess. Okay. All right, so I think that's everything.
All right. I moved my poor little routed guy, so that's about it. Okay. Any other housekeeping stuff we need to do? Just advance the clock.
Advance the clock. Click the move button.
Okay, so we are at the 9:20 turn now. I don't know why there's an activated flag sitting on the...
Oh, I just put it there to, it's got labels on it just to remind us of where we were.
Oh, okay. From our last session. Okay.
Yeah. Just saying, hey, we got assault and
Okay.
fire. Yeah.
Cool. All right. All right. Well, that was exciting. Eventful and uneventful all at the same time.
It was cool to learn about the momentum impetus stuff. Thank God that wasn't as crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed really like really overpowered kind of stuff where you could just keep bulldozing people, and it didn't seem to make sense.
It does take quite a role, though, I mean, to make it happen.
It doesn't happen very often.
Well, the impetus thing, what happens? Does it only happen when the guy routes, or does it happen
No, it
anytime?
happens when you're clear of zones of control. When you break out into the clear, it's like running for the end zone.
Oh, okay.
What it tends to do usually is isolate battalions way deep in the enemy lines. It's a dangerous thing to have happen.
Right,
because it's
just
uncontrolled advance.
I'm trying to find the chart for it here somewhere. This is, yes, as I concur with you, Robert. Trying to find the charts is...
It might be in the rules as opposed to it. Oh, there's it's on page 2 of the ones with the painting of the
assault impetus. 1 hex, 2 hexes, 3 hexes, or no advance at all.
He rolled 3.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's then, it sounds kind of like the cavalry pursuit.
That's right.
Where you're pursuing them, but it looks like you have to. There's no roll to recall.
Right. And typically it ends you deep buried in the enemy lines. You get surrounded and killed. It's really dangerous.
Yeah, and so it affected both units, or just you pick which one of the whole stack? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they go in, they consolidate, they're disordered, then there's no zone of control, so they roll that then it's just impetus.
Okay. They chase the other guy, But in this case, he
And they
disappeared.
chase him down.
Right.
He was already gone, so that was the saving, because otherwise they would have gone deeper than they went. Okay.
Okay, well, good. So we've advanced the clock. It's time for us to do all of our usual sort of command stuff if we want to do that, or...
I think we have time to do some good command discussion now.
Okay, let's go ahead and I guess go to our separate parts of the universe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those assaults didn't quite turn out the way we were hoping, were they? I mean, the square, that was something, but...
Yeah.
Mitch, we set you up with good assaults, but the dice are the dice, you know.
Yeah.
Machinations of fate, baby. It's okay. Eventually, they will work.
Perhaps. There's no guarantee of that, of course.
On the bright side, those units that were part of that core, what is it, the 6th Corps? Now they're not in a zone of influence, except for that one guy that's by the church, so they can start to, I guess, regroup back.
Yeah.
Once there's a lane for them to regroup through. I guess
Yeah,
they
Mitch,
can regroup through the skirmishers, right?
you can come up and bring up that good infantry that you have and just shoot down that mill by firepower.
Yes.
That's all you need to do. It could take an hour, but you just chip them down. How are we feeling about command points?
Well, I can definitely use. I mean, the French are starting to get themselves kind of. Rick is still a long way from actually kind of doing much. He's got to get kind of through the plug hole. So I could definitely use a 2 command points out in my part of the universe.
I'd like Lavrov, I think, to be activated again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Should we roll for what our random command is?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and roll for it this time?
All right, 2 dice to roll it. 22.
Okay, that's probably something to do with. Well, what did the French roll an 11? I wonder what that was.
That's no.
It's Napoleon.
Random advances under the charts and tables as well. 22
yeah.
is Uvarov's feint.
But only after 12 noon, unfortunately. So we don't get the extra cavalry command for there. So we just have our usual 6.
Yeah. Okay.
They got a torpid Napoleon.
Yeah.
So they're down 1 CP.
Yeah, so they don't get a command point for Napoleon.
So what I would do then, if you guys are cool with it, is I would activate Uvarov's 1st Cavalry. The concept for me is to alternate Cavalry Corps 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's the 1st Corps due to move. They're all fresh. And then that'll give the 2nd Corps a chance to rest this turn, and then next turn they can go back and charge. So, and then I would do the 4th Corps and keep the infantry moving.
Okay, cool. So there's 2 for you.
Plus I got the Cossacks there live.
And you got the Cossacks. It looks like you rolled for them. So you got, but 2 of our 6 you have.
Yeah.
Right. And then, Mitch, what do you need? You've got 1 for Lavrov, right?
I think that's all I need. Because my other 2 divisions are almost fully catched back now.
So what's going on with the guns that are there by the Great Redoubt?
Well, they're under Lavrov's command.
Oh, okay. So
Also getting nicely close to spending down the ammo of some of the big guns so they can pick up stakes and move over and regroup and rearm, which was the whole plan.
okay, yeah. So the ones with Doktorov, yeah, some of them look like they've only got 1 shot left at this point, or 2 shots left.
Which is good. So we hold on to that ammo until the artillery phase. Don't shoot it off in the arty chit. Shoot it in the unless all the cavalry around have already moved or used their activation, and then they can limber and exit, which is good. And their exit plan is to the north end of the Great Redoubt, right?
Yes.
They just have to be within 5 hexes of a road, and they're within 5 hexes of a road right now.
Yep. So they can. I mean, they have to limber up, and then they can start rearming within 5 of a road.
Right. That's going to be the tricky part, is the rearming,
But it'll take roughly an
limbering
hour
part,
to
right?
do so. Yeah, but they're pretty good. I mean, in this game, this is elite units everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Eric, so there's an extra chit which
Yep.
maybe you could use.
Yeah. So I can use it.
Could you use it for the 8th Corps and have the 3rd Corps just move a division? That would let you move a whole lot of the artillery, the heavy artillery and stuff.
Yeah. The question is, where do you want me to move it to?
So the general thing that's happening is that if you look down at David Plock's guns around Ney,
Yep.
he's got a bunch of limbered 12-pounder.
Yep.
Like those things are the #1 target for our positional batteries.
Yep.
And we have Mitch's good assembled battery at the Great Redoubt.
Okay.
But we'd like to get 1 or even 2 more grand batteries bearing in against that concentration of 12-pounders.
Okay.
And there's kind of 2 ways to do it. So Kutaisov, who didn't jump out, like he commands them now.
Yep.
You could take the 27th Division and just slide it off to the right, back to the east.
Yep.
And then that's going to open up your fire zone. And Kutaisov's guns should probably prolong 1 hex west because they want to be closing in on the Great Redoubt. We're trying to concentrate our fire, not separate it.
Right.
So
I would have to. So the challenge I would have is I've got dragoons that were there to cover the guns that are right next to the guns. I can't prolong into the. So I can't prolong into the hex where those dragoons are.
Could you take a chit for Seaver's Corps, Cav Corps, and then that would be the extra chit. So you'd have your 2 chits, 1 for the 8th Corps and 1 division in the 3rd Corps plus Seaver's Cav Corps.
I could do that. Then I just have to cross my fingers and hope that they come up in the right order.
Yeah. And then if they don't, you could because if you're doing the 8th Corps, you could take the square that's to the rear. What this will do, you could actually prolong northwest. So you're going to move the square out of the way.
Yeah.
And the guns, you actually want the guns to prolong northwest because you're actually trying to get distance.
Okay.
You don't want to be too close. You're trying to back up until we're like just barely kissing the range, right?
Okay.
So northwest is better than west, and you should be clear to do that.
Right. Yeah, and I
What if
can
I
move. Yeah, I can move all those guys
into the Great Redoubt.
Yeah.
He's better where he is because he can command a grand battery out front of it, including the guns in it, right?
Right, but they need to be fully armed. I wouldn't have to go through the refilling.
I mean, if you move the leader in or the guns in?
The guns themselves, and then move the guns that are in the Great Redoubt out.
Right. In order to get around it, your Mulliff's battery is very well positioned now because it has, if you count 12 hexes south, it's going to have a really good bearing onto where the French 12-pounders are starting to arrive.
Yeah.
So that's a really good position. What you actually want to do is you want to take the light battery that's southeast of the redoubt and recommand it over to 7th Division to Kapsevich. This battery here could limber and pull off and join these two batteries here over here, because you want to open that fire zone for the Great Redoubt to be fully firing south, and right now it's getting in the way.
Agreed.
And that's a reserve battery, so you can just like Control L it and relabel it to Kapsevich, and then it'll pull off in the.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll want to get the blue hussars out of the way by. You can roll a die for Dorokhov. If you get a 1, you get a, which is unlikely, but no luck. Okay, so you could hedge the blue cavalry back out of the way by pulling Dorokhov, who's got them there, but now he can like pull back here or something in the leader phase, and that'll let you get the blue cav out of the way. Blue cav doesn't need to protect the redoubt, and it is in the way now of where the fire zone should be.
Okay.
And then Eric.
Yep.
At some, so you've got the 8th Corps, right, for your
Yep.
core activation.
I'll do
so
the
it
core
gives you all those
activation.
division.
Yeah, and then I do need to. I'm trying to get the rest of Stroganov's guys in position, because there were guns I'm trying to get back there in the brush so they can't be charged. So I can activate Stroganov's division with one of the commands, and then I guess Seaver's cavalry with the other, and then I should hopefully be able to get people mostly, sort of, slightly into the right space. So that will open up then the both grand batteries. I can move Lowenstein back to where he was.
Yep. You almost should just like put him back there, because he wouldn't have moved, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't have. Yeah.
We can ask them about that at the start of that.
Yeah.
You have this turn or next turn, there's an interesting thing. So a little further west, you have the 12th Division, which is squaring up in the other half of that ravine.
Yep.
Depending on what you want to do, you can either leave them there to fight it out, which is probably the prudent thing. Sooner or later, you could pull their leader way deep back and catch them out of there and give it back to the French. Give the ravine to the French. What that will do is it will give the French the problem of artillery. Like, let them put their squares in there.
Right.
And then you can shoot over their heads at their batteries.
Right.
So you could do that this turn, or you might want to do it a turn or two later, depending on how you're feeling about it.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of keep them in command for the moment, just so that I'd have options depending on what he decides to do. But if they can definitely bug out, but we'll see if he decides to come up and attack them this turn.
Yep.
And
like if they're there, sooner or later the French have to fight their way through.
Yeah.
And they'll chew through the squares, but they set some up for artillery.
Yes.
And if you're, so rather than just like completely removing the screen of squares, if you move half of it out of the way or just shift it east, you're opening up Kutaisov's battery. And then we can range in.
Oh, you mean move them west or just move them back?
No, east or north.
Yeah, north is where I'd take them. Yeah.
North. Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Like behind Kutaisov.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got that other, I guess it is, it's Raevsky's 7th Corps is the 12th Division and the 26th Division. And they're kind of, I mean, the 26 is back in sort of a deep reserve position.
That's your reserve, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the 27th was kind of out front as pickets.
The other thing that you would gain if you give a command to Seaver's Corps, there's 2 horse artillery batteries, 2 big ones.
Yep.
You could, if you wanted, start looking for them to start shifting forward and pick a firing position, but it may be too early. They're good, when it's very clear where the French are. They're short range. They're strong but short range. Then you could wait till it's clear where the French are. Then you move them up to 5 hex range and unlimber and blast kind of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna hold them back as and just to wait and see, because I know that they can't stand up, and I don't want them getting pasted by ricochet before that.
Yep. You could even, if Sievers has the command this turn, you could even fade them back a few hexes because they're very fast. They can come forward when the time is right.
Yep. Okay.
And that will, okay, so it's all clearing up pretty good.
I think so. I think I have some vague idea what's going on. All right, so I've got 3, and then that core will be number 2. And then, so you've got number 1. I've got 2, 3. You've got 4. Does anybody have number 5? Maneuver unit number 5. Mitch, you've got what?
That
number
would-
6, I guess.
That would be your chit for Sievers maybe,
okay.
or maybe it's over.
Yeah, it would be
Did you-
Stroganoff.
Stroganoff.
Okay. I didn't want to copy it and then not have it out there. Okay.
Yep.
So let's go back up to the thing here and find maneuver unit chits number 5.
Eric, you've got Markov buried pretty deep in the woods there behind.
Yeah,
He's a good art.
Yeah, he's going to move up to that battery that's over there on the road.
He's a good artillery leader.
Yeah. I just had him there because I was kedging some of the militia back.
Yep.
So yeah, he's going to scoot up there and take over that battery. Good. Now let me go ahead and roll for the 14th. And see what we get for them. Niet. All right, and then Karpov. Also Niet.
Yep. Overall, I think our plan is going fine. Barring, the assaults, they are what they are. We don't need that mill all that quick. Mitch, your general move with your guards, light battalions, you want to get up and get firepower. You can get a skirmisher in to skirmish against the church. That will increase the firepower. And you can bring up either. It's probably the remaining light battalions. Do you want to go and put firepower onto the mill?
I can't help but think if he bowls that, if Michael brings his forces forward towards me, maybe I have a chance to charge him.
Yeah, generally, an important part of all this is maintaining the aim, maintaining the goal. Your goal with the guard is to move west and to get past Borodino, take the church and the mill and move west, because we want your guard coming up against Eugene so we can swamp him. And the group that's supposed to go down and fight Michael is my second corps, the red guys who are in mid-reserve. Okay. So after your guard clears through, then I'm going to kedge them down in between the Great Redoubt and down into towards the woods there.
Okay.
But we got to let the guards get clear first. And then, Mitch, you have the guards' artillery back here, right? They can work their way. You want to get one more foot battery down to help the horse batteries. And you want the horse batteries to shift a little bit west, although they're out of command this turn. We can help get them into command next turn. So you want to build up a full battery of 3 batteries down in here. Because he's got the 8th Corps already coming. The other thing you could do, you could limber up the horse artillery and pull out, if he, the big position battery, Euler, has another turn worth of counter batteries. So that's their primary goal, is to shoot down is to clean out artillery down on that point. And then their ammo will run out and they'll reload.
Agreed.
And then as their ammo runs out, what's going to happen is the red guys, the second corps, are going to be hedging down past them. As they pull out, the red corps will come down and fill in the white space in front of the Great Redoubt.
Okay, that works.
Also, when I didn't get Kutaisov to teleport over, so when Euler's guns limber up, I'm going to need to borrow Euler for about an hour, because I have the whole because I need to use him to command all the artillery that's coming across the bridges to go line up on the height west of Borodino.
Okay.
Because we're going to get an artillery mass up there, and then we're going to sleet it across against all the French defenders.
God, it'd be nice if we had a bunch of big guns up there where they were returning fire against.
They're on the way. They're on the way. They're on the way.
Yeah, you seem a little bit like a Darien over there with your horses too far in front.
I was trying to tire out the French cavalry, which worked. And now, war is war, right? Some people take the casualties. We've done a really good job at scattering the French cavalry, which is great.
That is true. That is true. Yep. And you managed to activate the Cossacks, which was great.
Yeah. With the Cossacks and one of the cavalry corps activating each turn, I basically out-activate the French cavalry when they're playing light cav rolls, which is not a good move for them.
Yeah, and you took some horrible rolls, just like I did last turn with your cavalry.
Yeah, a couple of melees that I should have won, I lost.
Yeah, big time. I did kind of see, though, attacking at 1 to 3 is better than defending at 5 to 1.
It is.
That's an interesting thing about the chart.
Cavalry is a highly offensive arm, and it doesn't work very well on defense. So you really want to learn, as a gaming practice, how to use the cavalry offensively.
And if you can clip that guy that's right at the north end of the Brussiere, that little, whatever you call that little...
the bluff there?
Yeah, if you can get up there, boy, how those guns might just kind of fall apart.
Well, exactly. They're kind of pointing off to the northeast. They're not actually bearing on my infantry. I'm going to flank the infantry out around them, and I won't face them directly. I'll chew in on their flank.
But if you push the infantry towards those cavalry, they're going to have to pull back.
Isn't it beautiful? No, we have a big advantage over on that wing. So
as you can continue that turn around the corner and get up that draw, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's patience for a couple of turns. The main attack over there is designed to go in around 10 a.m. By then, I will have gone around the horn with the 4th Corps, and the Guards Corps should be arriving past Borodino. It's like 2 to 3 more turns from now. So we don't need to rush it. The assaults that was a good move to try, but they didn't work. Okay, so we'll try again. But now we just need to work by firepower.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be able to get those 2 gray ones out. One gray one out, because I'm still in contact.
Two come out. Two come out. Yeah, but the 2 south of it come out.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys can come out.
Exactly. And your other guy north, he's firing, so he's effective.
Yeah.
So we're doing really well, basically. We just have to be patient and not rush.
Now, here's a quick question. I mean, I don't think this works, but maybe it works. What if I put an ADC on this guy? Right here.
Which one? You could, but you'd have to bring Dakturov back, and Dakturov would have to take the command.
We couldn't put like an ADC of Lavrov on top of him. And
his command comes from Dakturov. Well, here's what you could do. Why don't we do this? Because next turn you could take a divisional command and pull them out. You could take Dakturov, and you'd need what's it? No, Dakturov would be good enough. Why don't you do that? So this turn in the leader phase, why don't you hustle Dakturov back to 6 range, and we'll use a bunch of army ADCs to get those guys clear.
Okay.
So because Dakturov has done his job by pulling the core over, now he can come back and pull out the loose ends.
Okay, that makes sense to me. because
That's great.
it'd be nice to turn him. You know what I mean?
Of course, and he
Instead of
can't. He's
metal.
like stuck. Yeah, he needs a ADC. Good call. So you'll bring Docturo back, like we're about here, and then we'll throw an army or Doctor. Who you could use Gavardovsky, or we can bring in Paul, who's up there.
Gavardovsky over on the PGD guy.
Okay. Yep.
Unless you got another one we could throw at him.
I mean, the other, that Gavardovsky is a good guy for that. Yep. So we'll use like Toll and.
Well, I don't know. I guess it has. What about Karata?
He's good, or Monachton. This guy Karuta belongs to Lavrov. You could use this guy who's next. This guy here, Monachton, who's Doctor's other ADC. He's good.
Can he get there in time, or did it take him 2 turns to get over there?
It might take him 2 turns. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Toll
we're basically
could get
shaping
there.
up
Yeah,
tonight.
Toll could get there the next turn or this turn. So.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. So if somebody sees something better to get a different leader to get up there, that'd be great. Make a suggestion. We'll modify the plan.
Oh.
So far, so good. Are we going back to the lobby?
Yep. Let's go back up to the lobby.
Yep.
Do.
Well, those guards did not distinguish themselves.
No, they did not.
In the Emperor's eyes.
Historically, the guard Jaegers garrisoned the church and were drunk. And a friend came over the river. They got routed out of the church and routed into the rear and didn't do anything for the rest of the battle.
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
So it's so funny when the actual results in the game have like a pretty similar echo to the history. Like that's actually what happened.
There you go. Yep. Oh.
Yeah. Man, the computer science was extremely difficult today. My goodness. We were doing a binary search tree rotations. Like, oh my God.
What does the rotation do?
So if you get like a binary search tree that's all out of whack, or like you have ordered data coming into a binary search tree, it tends to want to get into a long line that's like impossible to search through and give you a stack overflow. It's something that measures the height of every tree inside of it, and if it ever gets out of whack by more than one, it'll either rotate left or right such that the root becomes a child, if you will.
It's like
the child
forcing a split.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Because if you get a tree that's all ones, it's like all left or all right, then there's no advantage to the binary tree over a bubble sort.
Exactly. It's like, oh my God, now you're all of a sudden, now you're impossible to work with. So we've been doing this big dictionary project for the last week and a half, where one of the last steps was to come up with an effective way to reorder that thing.
Do you have to traverse the tree to do that?
To do the rotate? No, not really, because you can access it by the children.
Go backwards.
Yeah, and you're only and so if you do the little rotation, you're only actually rotating like down one, so you're not actually reorganizing things that are below it, if you will.
Cool.
They just kind of come up with it because they're just by reference.
So it goes like as a log efficiency instead of a linear efficiency.
Yeah, in log as opposed to in
factorial or whatever.
Yeah, exponential. So you can do so you maintain like you're within 20 maneuvers of a billion sorts.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's a big game.
it is. It is much more efficient, isn't it?
An approximately comparable thing in biology is that if you look at the elements, there's about 100 elements.
Yes.
And then if you look at inorganic chemistry, there are approximately 10,000 mineral types, chemical types that make up all the rocks, about 10,000. But
Okay.
if you look at organic chemistry and organisms, there are billions and billions and trillions of molecule types that living organisms can use by just shifting a carbon atom here or a ring there or whatever.
Yes.
But the diversity that exists in living systems is orders and orders and orders of magnitude above what exists in inorganic systems.
Wasn't that's pretty cool observation just right there.
Yep. And it's like by making 20 manipulations, you're accessing or improving search access to billions and billions of your tree members. That's cool. Well, other than the church up on the plateau of Borodino, we basically have sent the French initial recon. We've defeated it.
And while they've given themselves some space by spreading out, in some ways that makes them more attackable too.
Yeah, I mean they took a lot of casualties in that recon. It was a probe really, and they can hold the church, but whoever holds it's going to die. So it's just a question of how quickly can we help them die.
I was a little surprised they spread out as far to the left as they did.
Well, what they're gonna find as they start going that way, there is zero defensible terrain anywhere out there. There is nowhere to land that flank that the Russians can't go around. The only defensible position is about 2 miles to the rear. That whole
I thought
plateau
they were
with their
going to make their fight in the Fletches.
Yeah, but that's totally flankable because we're gonna have artillery sleeting across the valley onto the Fletches, and they may have the 8th Corps artillery trying to support, but it's too far away. And we're either going to outflank them with the 4th Corps infantry and the Cossacks, or we're going to work up on them, and your guard will come over the frontal up the bluff and break them. So their best move is to run.
Where do you see the guard ultimately coming across? Do you see them maybe in this area here or more over here?
Both of those places, because both of those
that's formidable here.
Yeah, but what's going to happen? That's totally exposed to our artillery. Look at all the artillery I've got coming up on the road.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Oh wow! Really? Those are 5s. Those are big ones.
Those are big ones. We have a full 3 battery position unit. We have 2 corps worth of line artillery and 4 horse artillery batteries. We have 15 or 20 artillery batteries. They just need an hour to get in position. And then what looks like a French forward strong point is going to look like
a trap.
And once you get the orange unit,
the
red belt, the red and orange belt is down in this area, then we can also take this location.
Exactly. So
although it's a little longer shot, but still.
It doesn't happen overnight, but it's evolving towards that. And what the French are going to find is that forward position. Honestly, their best move is to run right now. If they stick and fight another 2 turns, we're going to wrap up their northern group just like we wrapped up their Borodino probe.
And as we get in contact with them, it gets harder and harder for them to extract themselves.
It does.
Particularly if they just order, and then they're just stuck.
Exactly. If we get lucky and get early initiative this turn, we may be able to cut in behind the artillery batteries with cavalry. But assuming a more random, mediocre fit draw, then it'll be another hour or 2. But advantage.
He could stay out of the 2 hexes in front of his guns.
I was hoping that guy would rout, but oh well.
Yeah.
He rolled a 65 when he got hit instead of the guy before him rolled an 11 and he rolled a 65. So if that had been reversed, he would have routed out. But we'll go rescue him. And then the French are going to try, they're probably going to be obstinate, and they're probably going to bring up their heavy guns that you identified a few weeks ago. They're probably going to bring them centrally to the flèches. And then our
They're
game
not
is
moving
just,
real fast, those guys.
well, they've come up. You said 9:30 for arrival, which is right. It's like coming into the 9:20 turn right though.
That's
2 more
not-
turns they'll arrive. But if they do put them centrally, then they become a target for us.
Yeah, we'd love to see them. Why don't you put those guns back out here again?
Yeah,
Blow 'em up.
yeah, or put them centrally where they seem to be shaping up now, and we're going to flank them over a couple of hours with the Russian infantry in the woods, in the brush.
And if we can knock those big guns out, that's a huge win for us.
Exactly.
Where did he
We've
put the
already-
other one?
It's
he
with
have
Lauriston, northwest of the Flèches.
Oh, okay. Oh, and it's
What they're-
already unlimbered. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, they're doing approximately sort of penny packets instead of concentrating the heavy artillery where it's all under Napoleon and Sorbier and everything. They're like, oh, this corps needs a heavy battery. Oh, that corps needs a heavy battery,
Right.
which is okay, but it's 18th century thinking, not Napoleonic thinking.
Right.
And so by doing that, they give it partial power, but they expose it to getting concentrated against.
Right.
Yeah, because if he had 3 more guns going at Eric with what he's got, that would be extra brutal, wouldn't it?
Exactly. And instead, he's got yet another corps size battery. It's not an army battery, it's a corps size battery. And it's dangerous, but it's actually going to be vulnerable to the Great Redoubt and Eric's guns crossfiring on it, just like those other ones were. And in fact, our plan is when Euler limbers up, probably at the end of this turn or early next turn, then Euler, in another hour, Euler will move east and then southeast behind the top of the Great Redoubt and back down. And then we're going to have 3 of those position batteries converging into that zone.
And are these down by F5? Is that the old guard?
Yeah.
There's not all that much of it, really.
Yeah, it's very dangerous because of the old guard charge capability.
And the double kill part.
Exactly. Yeah, they're really dangerous. But once they're released, which they are, they're actually strategically better off advancing to the front immediately and leading the fight because they're so powerful. And instead, they're holding them in reserve. That's like a Napoleonic thinking, but in game optimization, that's suboptimal.
Yeah, we would not want those guys immediately charging right through us and causing mayhem.
Exactly, which they can do, but
yeah, but they would. But for every increment they lose, it's a number of points, right? Is it 2 points for every increment they lose, or something?
3.
Oh, so 3. If they do like an old guard call to relimber some artillery, that's VPs for us too.
Yeah, that's a weak use probably of their capability. Like in terms of game optimization, what you really want to do is build up 2 gigantic long-range artillery batteries under Napoleon and Sorbier. That's the 12-pounders. And then you build up 2 gigantic Klingon flying wedges under the other 2.
That's almost more like you like play this game like Ogre.
Like
like Ogre, yes.
Like Ogre. And the use the horse artillery batteries, which have very fast mobility, and the old guard right behind them. And so you're willing to take a few old guard hits because you're expecting to be able to carve off a third to a half of the Russian army by breaking through with the old guard and the horse artillery ogres, and then surrounding either the weaker part of the army and then killing it. So you're willing to take some casualties at that clash, and then Davout and everybody else follows through behind it. It's a totally different way of fighting.
Tip of the spear.
Yep.
How are you liking Regs, Brennan? You're playing it more frequently than I am.
I love it.
Okay.
I've come to love it. It was a really freaky change, but once you get it and accept it, it's very dynamic.
I enjoy the slow pace of play.
the time limits are no fun to play under.
Oh,
And the thing
oh,
about regs that I like a lot is the multiple random MUs.
okay.
And because things are under MUs, you can, instead of the biggest change is that you can have multiple large groups, like core size units, acting together against a narrow front.
Okay.
Because if core 1 and core 2 are checkerboarded, they can move through each other. And then, so you can pick 10 hexes or 15 hexes wide, and the first core can hit it, and then the second core can hit it. And if you have cavalry corps, you can hit the thing with 2 or 3 cavalry corps and the guard
Right.
and a line infantry corps. And that's extremely dynamic. And the reason is, especially the cavalry charging, because each cavalry group is getting its separate charge phase instead of all on one charge phase.
Right.
With that leader we killed, did they lose a command point?
No, he's somewhere down the chain. He's
Yeah,
a rotated.
He's just a battalion or a brigade leader. So they've got the core ADC can take his position. And it's cavalry corps anyway. So cavalry corps don't generate a command point.
But they do lose his like self generation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which you shouldn't be using anyway. Yeah, you shouldn't be using it anyway though. The self generation is a dead end. It's a red herring. That's for scouting. It's not for heavy combat.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, like in general, what we're sort of seeing, our opponent, they're mostly playing tactically and mechanically. They're not really playing grand tactically yet. Like what we've got going on is a substantial flanking movement with an organized intent to it. And it's optimizing our command by bringing Mitch's guards, who are the best use of our command power.
Right.
And it's got a full core with all the Army Reserve units committed to. So there's that concentration of force. And we're getting my corps, 3 cavalry corps, and the Cossacks, and soon the Guards, against a scattered wing that's not even in core activation command, right? So they can only move by division. So that's a major intentional action that I don't think we're seeing on their side.
He's got this massive amount of forces coming up against Eric on the old Smolensk road, but there's not a tremendous amount of infantry in support of it.
Exactly.
There's none right now. Yeah. It's going
Right,
to take
so
them a long time to get anything
There's
to
like
go
a little bit of those 5.7s that free on, but at a certain point, they're going to be outside of activated command range.
Yes.
Right. And so, I mean, it's a very powerful cavalry force. But if you step back and roll the game back to the beginning, and just think, given that French army under Regs 30, how do you actually optimize its combat power? Not by making a maneuver, but like given if it were just a white sheet of map, how would that force fight at its absolute maximum power? What you would think, your analysis will tell you, you need the 2 large long-range batteries under the Napoleon and 1 other leader. You need the Klingon ogres with the horse artillery doing that under the other 2 or 3 arty leaders. And then you need all 4 heavy cavalry reserve corps acting together on a narrow front of about 15 hexes wide.
But if they hadn't marched Compans through the woods, he'd be all up in
Semyonovsk, exactly.
He'd be up in there right now.
He would be, and the cavalry, 4 cavalry corps would be behind him, and you'd be committing the 1st and 2nd cavalry corps on the first turn, and then they would hit hard or force squares. Campan would come up with and nail the squares with firepower, and then the next turn, those 1st and 2nd reserve cav corps that charge, they're exhausted, they do nothing. And 3rd and 4th cav corps charge through the checkerboard and go forward again. So you're having 2 massive cuirassier corps every turn pressing forward, and the old guard is mixed in with the cuirassiers. That's the power.
And everything would be in command.
Everything in command. Exactly. You give up the wings. You just don't even worry about them because you have to keep the entire army under command at all times. because if you don't, like again, it's stuck out on the west, you're giving up full
Because
command.
you could lead through the Bagration fletches easily 2 full divisions coming right up through there.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
3, maybe even 3 divisions.
and you would lead them with the horse artillery ogres, and the divisions right
They're
behind
real
them.
fast, just drop them in, shoot.
Each turn they're advancing like 4 or 5 hexes, or they're making it to the. You creep through the brush, but they're fast enough to do that, and they're cross firing, and and each ogre has like 15 horse artillery batteries.
And with Compans and Friant attacking Eric's squares, they couldn't sort of maintain that position.
Exactly, and so you, in the course of an hour, you'd be moving across the white zone into the ravine and through the ravine up and over, and then you're into cavalry territory, like that whole white zone behind. If the infantry and horse artillery can make that breakthrough, then all the zone to R4C, R2A, and the Honeycomb Hill on where our 3 CPs are,
It
that's
seems like
all
the whole
cavalry
wave
territory.
of the Young Guard just doesn't seem staged well with the
Here we come, folks.
All right.
All right.
It's showtime.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Or something approaching it.
All right.
Napoleon's
So
sick
Napoleon
again.
was lethargic, so we only had 8 moves this time.
All
Got
right.
diarrhea.
And we got the 8, and we had 4, which of the light cavalry leaders passed.
Okay. So who's who? Starting, I guess, starting from the east and moving west. So I see there's one of your dedicated ones is on Davos, right?
Yes.
And then it looks like somebody made a cavalry roll over there on Bordezel, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Anything else out there?
And I have one under the activated, what you call it? Yeah, there. So Natsute.
Nansute. Oh, okay. Okay. So one of the cavalry corps over there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then moving further to the west. It looks like Pujol.
Yeah, the usual good light cavalry leaders
right,
are all
Colbert,
Pujol, Colbert, and Goyot.
Goyot. Okay.
Okay.
And then
Ney should have one on there somewhere, but where is it?
Okay. MU7 is up to the northwest on top of Broussier.
Flash it.
Northwest. There you go. There's 2 MUs on that hex.
Yes.
Oh, that's intentional.
That's intentional.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm missing. All right, which one is 1, 2, 3?
So we've got 1, 2, and then who's number 3? Is that there's a marker number 3 here? Is that supposed to be him?
Nope, that's the Young Guard. So I think it's supposed to be. Did anybody see a 7 somewhere else out there? I think that's who's supposed to be in there.
There's like the 7
there's
is
a 7, 6, 8. How about an 8? Do we see an 8?
Is Junot, is he a commander? I see there's a number 6 over there by him. Right? Is that for Junot?
Yeah. Junot Junot has 1.
Okay.
Ney has 8. Junot has 1.
Okay. So that's
I see 9
1,
and
2.
9 and 8 are away on the west side, out by the woods by themselves.
Okay. So we've got
here. Robert, do you see?
Yeah, those are just.
Oh yeah, those are just not being used.
Okay. So
well, you asked where 8 was.
You've got a cavalry corps, Davos corps, Ney's corps. That's 3. The Young Guard is 4. Junot is 5. Okay, and then what else do we have? So that's 5 moves.
Yep.
Okay, and then where's 6,
7, 8.
7 and 8. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Fill
I
us
think
in
that
on
all adds
the.
up.
I don't maybe I only see one leader in that stack.
Who's the other one?
Oh, I gave 2 moves to that to increase the odds.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. Great.
Oh, that one of them would come up.
Quick. That's cool.
Okay.
That's neat.
I learned that from you. What do you?
That was great. Yeah. That was at Lee. We used to do that. Yep.
Okay. All right. So that takes care of that. So if we're starting over there on the west end of the universe, Platov rolled. He got 1. He was the
That's
only one who
15.
passed, right? Otherwise, then R6, Tolstoy has got 1. Uvarov has got 1. So that's 2.
What does
The
Uvarov
Lavrov.
get?
Uvarov has got, who
The
is he?
Corps?
The first
Okay, he's
corps?
got
First Cav Corps.
First Cavalry Corps.
Okay.
All right. Then we've
It's actually
got
Uvarov.
then we've got Lavrov here with the Guard Corps. Moving over further to the west or to the east, we've got Seaver's division of cavalry, Dragoon Cavalry. Then we have the 8th Corps here. And then finally, Stroganov's division out here in the east. And that's it. Those are our 6 plus the 1 for the Cossacks.
Should this battery be flipped over
Where are you at?
by the Gray Readout?
Oh yeah,
He fired last turn, right?
that was did not mean to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think we got that all set. Are we ready to draw a few chits, or
All right. So
what's
wait a
the
minute.
status?
What's okay? So this, what's that one?
That is the 8th Corps. I think that's, yeah.
And what's
it's the
that
8th
one?
Corps. That is the Seaver's
Cavalry.
Cavalry Division,
Cavalry.
or
All right,
Cavalry Corps. He's got
and
a bunch of
is
dragoons.
is there anything else on the right here that's?
Yeah, Stroganov's division.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's R6. Cool.
Eric,
Yep.
these Cossacks down here,
Which ones?
are these guys in command?
They are in command because their leader has an expanded command range. He's special in that regard. I think his command range is 6 hexes, either 5 or 6 hexes, something like that.
Karpov. dude?
Karpov, yeah, he has a
Okay.
extended
Right on.
command span of 6 hexes.
Right on. Thank you.
Yeah. So, cool.
Aren't all these other guys in command now? Oh
Which
no, they're
ones?
Jaegers. Never mind.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Yeah.
they're infantry.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
But Karpov didn't activate, right?
Karpov failed his role.
Okay.
Well, that is just
His
sad.
moment of glory, it has passed. His chance to come out and do something exciting. We'll have to wait.
Too busy
He'll be
playing chess.
kedging.
Oh, is Karpov under Kutsov?
No, Karpov is an independent commander.
Oh,
He's
okay.
an
So he doesn't
independent
have
cavalry
anybody he's
commander.
within range to?
Yeah, no, he doesn't have to
Eric,
be within range.
did
of
you
anybody.
want to ask if you could move Lowenstern back where he was since we misunderstood the Kutaisov rule?
No, it's fine. I'll move him back when the leader phase comes along.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep,
Because we all misunderstood the rule equally.
for sure.
All right. Well, shall we draw some chits? Or what time is it here? It's 9:30
12:30.
our time, 12:30 in some parts of the world.
Let's do a couple.
Okay. All right. Well, Brennan, you're so eager to go. Go ahead. I'm going to shake the cup. It's French number 9. French number 9. Where are they at?
That's me. That's
That's,
Pajol.
Briand or
Pajol.
something, or-
That's Pajol. Okay.
Pajol.
All right. Does somebody else want to draw something and hope we get something elsewhere in the universe?
I'll draw
What I
one.
want to do with Peugeot here.
Number 11. Oh, that's Guyot. That's another one for David. So we know what David's going to be doing for the next few minutes. Somebody else want to try to draw something?
Go ahead, Russians.
That's you, Mitch.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm Russian.
French
One.
number 1.
You guys are killing me.
That's you. All right. Well, I got to try to watch David
Who do you
and
want
you.
to
So, David, why don't you do your stuff first?
Oh, Tito.
Nine and 11.
Why don't we pull another chit or two and try to get something in the West?
Okay. Go
Robert,
to it.
do you want to pull another one?
Okay. Or no, how about
Michael should pull.
four?
That's
French
four. There we
number
go.
4.
That's West.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's the 14th division.
There you go.
There you go. And that it's got 2 chits, so you can move twice. No.
If only it worked that way. All right. I don't know if you guys want to go in a separate channel, and Dave and Rick and I can hang out here and
Okay.
until David gets his stuff wrapped up, I guess.
How about we go to French HQ?
French HQ.
I mean, is
We
that
got
okay?
a-
I mean, for a
We
room?
got a room 1. I think
Game room 1, okay, that's fine.
Brennan's moving down there.
All right. Is Pajol done?
Not quite.
Not quite.
All right. Joel's done.
Okay, cool. Then you also had, I guess, number 11, which is Guyot. Guard Cavalry. I think we get 3 victory points for every increment that gets lost of that.
They're done.
Okay, all right. Rick, I guess it's over to you now. And David, you can hang out or you can go watch Robert move the 14th Division.
Yeah, I can do
Go save Robert.
All right. So you're starting with...
Campons.
Okay. So that's cost you 5 movement points to go there, I guess.
No, I haven't moved. I'm
Oh, you
just,
haven't. Oh, you're just unstacking the guys. Okay.
unstacking it, guys. All right. Because I have to go into the woods.
Yeah.
You do anything?
Let's see. So you move there. So I guess I can move back. That's going to cost me... Yep, I'll go there. Exciting stuff.
I think you should surrender instead.
They're Cossacks. They're only in it for the loot.
They surrender to no one.
Guy's gonna go to there.
Okay, so that's going to cost you 5 points. Yeah, so these guys will pull back there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a limit to how many I can put in there. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's look at that.
stacking. In the forest, 10 in general order, it says.
10. All right. 4, 5, 10. I'll just put those guys over there. Okay. And then 2, 4, 6. Oh, that light cab there. You and your light cab, love. 5.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I have some slight idea of what you're talking about.
So that's 5.
That's 4 to move there, but they don't have enough movement
2
points to
plus-
go any further. Yeah.
This guy's gonna. Guess it doesn't matter yet. I'll break it down next turn. I'll go to there.
Yeah, that cost him 4 to go there.
I'll go to there. Mm-hmm. Go to there. All right, let's look at this mess to the west of those guys. Let's see. We have Morand, Gerard, both. I got cavalry in front of me, which is going to irritate me. I can't just like attack my own cavalry. Right?
Those are
You'd let
Pajol's
me, would
guys.
you'd let me. I know you would.
You
All right,
probably
Moran's
need to
go
wrest those away from him. Say, I want those cavalry.
74.
He'd probably say you have too much cavalry already.
Which isn't true.
So who are you moving now?
Morand.
Oh, Morand. Okay. Yeah, so it's 4 for him to go
I
there.
moved him. Yeah. Just trying to get these guys grouped up. They're all kind of all over the place.
Yeah, they are a little messed up from the looks of it.
Okay. He's going to go to here. 2, 4 to there. 5, 10. What's this guy going to do? All his cavalry's in my way. 2, 3, 4, 6. Where'd Moran go?
He's under that artillery that you just moved.
Oh, he's under the artillery. So
Yeah.
let's move him back. Where do I have it?
Yeah, he hasn't moved yet. Moran hasn't moved yet, so you can park him on one of his.
Yeah.
You can park him on one of his infantry, or
Let me just put him on top. So
yeah,
I forgot where to put
he's
him.
still within range of everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of range. Can you shoot through 3 brush hexes, or does it have to be?
So no, the third brush hex stops everything. So
The third brush hex stops everything. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, 5. My ally slice it. He's gonna be out of command.
Yeah, because you can't trace through another
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
we'll see if I can move some stuff. All right. So Moran's done.
Yep.
I'll now look at moving
Gerard.
Gerard. See, I need to tell him to move Deseret next year. Cossacks, so your stupid stuff will stop doing what it's doing.
I don't know why you guys didn't do that hours ago.
I'm trying, but I used my heavy cab instead of my light cab, because
Yeah.
I'm cool like that.
Yeah.
So Gerard moves that guy to there. Yeah, he's gonna end up being out of command no matter what. He'll move to there. Cav out of the way. God, this just sucks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mark this guy out of command now. Worry about it later. Okay, I think I'm done with those guys.
Yep. Now you got Friant and Desai
Do I need to move
left.
Gerard anywhere special? Hold on. Just has to be within 6 of Devon. Okay. Now I need to move Friant. Oh, I have to move those other guys too. All right. So we'll move Friant first.
Okay.
I'm going to declare an assault with my Spanish.
With the Spanish.
Okay. I think they're going to be considered 2 hexes away.
Well, there's one,
the closest
2,
enemy,
right? The
too,
closest enemy is those Cossacks there.
Versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I do it 4? Hate killing off a whole freaking corps for your freaking Moscow dudes. Oh, giant.
You're sending them down there to attack the Moscow militia?
Yeah.
Why,
So
you don't want to keep shooting your leaders and shooting them out of their saddle?
That's just bullshit, man. So what's the minuses for a 2 hex? So is it -6?
Oh, let me see.
Golden close is at 1. 2 hexes is
-9.
French is -9.
Oh, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
That is terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do it with the other guy, the Sax or whatever.
Okay.
All right. Friant is going to go into line, and then line moving in brush is still 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to go into line and go to there.
Okay, so that cost you 4 movement points.
Going up. Why 4?
Because
my
the Cossack over there.
Yeah. The other guy does the same.
Yeah, that only costs you 3. Doot, 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 doot.
These guys are like, we don't know what to do.
Who's gonna assault this guy?
Sex division will deal with him.
Oh, okay.
These guys will stay there. Friant, 1, 2. We'll move to there. Who's this guy? Who's the 1, 2nd, 33rd part of Friant, right?
He's part of Desai, right? Desai is the first of the No, Freon is the 2nd division.
Yeah. So let me
Yeah.
label this guy. He's not labeled. Freon. 1, 2, 3. And swamps are 4.
Swamps. Well, you can't put a regiment in the
No,
swamp
no.
anyway.
Yeah,
but
it's not. I'm looking at a battalion.
Movements. Marsh is 3 for infantry.
3 for infantry.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't even close. That would be 3, 6 to there.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything?
Well, let's see. It's so terribly exciting. Sure, I'll
I
just move back 1.
I know, jerk. All right, this guy's moving.
Wow. Those are strong words.
Them fighting words. This guy's gonna move to there. 4.
Yep.
4.
Yep, 4.
And then, nah, I'm gonna leave him there. No, I'm gonna move to there. So if I move him to there, that'd be 3.
And then you could move him into the brush and directly there. That's going to cost
7.
another 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, so I'll do that. And then Freon. We'll move to there, I think.
Yep, everyone's in command.
Where's his artillery? It's probably in the swamp somewhere.
Well, his artillery is actually a part of a grand battery out way that
I think
Napoleon
I stole
set
it
out.
back.
Oh, did you?
No,
okay.
I stole it back. Yeah,
and it's making its way back to you slowly.
It's moving 1x through the brush. All right, so I'm done with him. This is X or whatever his name is. Gonna now move. All right. So now to assault, so I don't screw this up again.
Yeah.
Do I have to break down to assault into a swamp?
You do, because you can't, a regiment can't move into the swamp. So if you were to be victorious, you would.
I wouldn't break down and move in a brigade?
Well, this is one of these questions. If in any other game, you would just assault with a battalion. I don't know that you could assault with the regiment because you couldn't advance into the swamp with a regiment. But once again,
yeah, like in Battles of Normandy, I think you could break that. But,
well, you
I mean,
can only break.
I can break it down until it doesn't matter to me. But
yeah, I don't think you could assault with the regiment into terrain that you can advance into.
What did you say about Normandy, Rick?
I thought in Normandy you could advance just a thing up a slope.
You're talking Battle for Normandy?
Yeah. Just a company when you assault it. Just the company can move, but I don't remember. I can be totally wrong.
It has to be a ranger if it's up a slope, but yeah. I just wanted to make sure I understood your reference. So.
I really threw that up for you because I think you were just playing it at Consim.
That's exactly it. Good memory.
Mm-hmm. All right, so these guys are going to be how far away at this point?
Well, the nearest enemy from when the turn started.
It's from when the turn started?
Yeah. Isn't it from when the turn starts? I mean, not.
What?
It's during when the movement phase, when their
now,
chit is drawn, right? So it's when the chit is drawn, right? So when the chit was drawn, who's attacking? Just
how
out
would
of curiosity.
they do that? I don't know. I don't know if that's true because how would you keep track of all that here?
Okay, so I mean, I had my Cossacks were here.
One closer, yeah.
Right, 1, 2,
Well, over
3,
one,
4,
but yeah.
5, right? And these guys were there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 any way you slice it. And then
Well, if
1,
that's
2, 3,
versus
4,
doing it
5,
now,
6. Yeah. So it's going to be a 5.
it's gonna be a 5 or a 6 depending on the rule, right?
Yeah, but I thought that they said that it was based on when the chit was drawn or when you declare the assault.
You talking about the distance for roll to close?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 16.1 says at the time the assault is declared.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be too weird to try and remember.
No, but they said something about it so that they said you can't like move like 2 hexes back and then you declare the assault, right?
Well, no, that makes sense, right? Right now I'm declaring the assault, so I couldn't move 3 hexes back and then say, "Oh, I'm 6 hexes away." At this point, when I'm declaring the assault, what are the enemies at? Now I regardless of what I move, I'm still only 5 or 6 away from something, right?
Right. But I think from what they were saying at the beginning of our little session, that the roll to close was that number was so the distance is determined at the time the assault is declared or when it begins its movement.
I'm beginning my movement.
Use whichever is closer.
Yes.
It's the distance between the assaulting unit and the nearest enemy combat unit, inclusive of the enemy's hexes, but not the hex of the assaulting units. Cross-reference the distance.
Closer that they were misplaying.
So this is 16.4.1.
Yeah, it's the whichever is closer that I'm guessing that they're misplaying.
So that's what they're talking about. So you're going to be 5. Which is fine because then it's no negative modifier that I'm aware of, right? That's I think a 0.
I'll read it later. It's fine.
0.
We'll go with 5.
Yeah.
Close 5.
Now, on the bright side, we don't have to worry about rolling for all of that stuff and figuring it out until probably a week or 2 from now.
Right.
So if we have questions about it, we can go, okay, well, this is what we thought, and we can figure it out.
Exactly. Let me pull these guys out. Where did I put the loss? So like it has to go on X unit?
Usually you put the loss on the 1st battalion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't?
Well, when you reform them up, were they have they always been in a regiment or were they in something?
No, they were something else.
Yeah, so that's
I'm just being funny, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Hey Rick?
Yeah.
If you did you manually shift where the placement was of your increment loss?
Am I manually shift placement?
Like we're in the stacking order that it was?
Oh, it was a regiment. So he broke down the regiment into battalions.
And so we put it on the 1st battalion of that regiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you need to do something like that and move it within order, just highlight the individual counter and then use your down arrow key, and it'll just roll it up or down based on which direction you go with it.
All right.
So
go ahead.
Did you also include the movement point for the formation change or breaking down? Sorry.
Is there a movement point for breaking down?
Yeah, I believe it's to go from a battalion or a regiment to battalion. I believe it's 1.
Okay, so
So let's see
1, 2,
here.
3, 4, 5,
Involuntary
6,
breakdowns,
7.
voluntary breakdowns. So combat units may only voluntarily break down and reform when they are active during the maneuver segment. The cost to break down or reform is the same as for a formation change. 1 movement point for infantry.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're there.
Yep.
Cool.
But thank you. I did not remember that. And then these guys.
It's not like there's not a lot to remember in Regs 30. I mean, geez.
I think that is the understatement of the century there. Well, we're going to see if those militia are luckier than all of their colleagues.
They're fine.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be fine. They're only worth half a victory point.
At this point, based off what's going on in the West, I'm going to take it.
You can then send word to the Emperor. We did something exciting, mon Emperor.
We killed people. That's all I'm
we
saying.
killed some Russians.
I mean, what more do you want?
They were guys with pitchforks, and you avenge Jacquinot. That's what it is. It's the revenge. So then what? Then you just move the other guys up a little bit? Okay.
Yeah. I need to move Devu. Where is Napoleon? Where is Napoleon?
He has Poniatowski's on top of him. He's right here.
Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4,
isn't
5,
this Napoleon?
6.
What's that?
Yeah,
Isn't
Napoleon's
Napoleon?
up here.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. I'm
scared me. I'm like, man,
I'm losing point my own guy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10,
They all look
11,
the same in those blue uniforms. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, they
5,
kinda
6,
do.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
there.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You just draw the little line. Yeah, he's 15. He's just barely squeaking there. But yep, he's 15 from Napoleon.
Yeah, which keeps everybody else in command. So I think I'm done.
Yep. So Frianson. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Exciting. Let's see what came up in the cup. French Mu. Oh no, Russian Mu number 1.
1 and then 6.
That's me. I think that's me. No,
Yeah,
that's not me.
No,
where's number 1? No, I'm 2, 3, and 5. Oh, so that's over. That's that's a bunch of cavalry and stuff.
This is Mitch.
That's Uvarov's cavalry, and then Mitch's
the chaos
guy.
in the West.
Yeah. Well, let's go tune in on the chaos in the West.
That should be fun. All right.
Game room 1. All right, this is where the excitement is.
There's a couple of charges lining up, but it's not hugely exciting. Okay.
Not hugely exciting. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Now we have this other brigade I got to pull back up from deep front. Let's see. Okay, that's all for the cavalry unit. Now we have 2 charges.
Which one do you want to do first?
This guy will go first. He charges the unit in front of him.
Okay. So then I can countercharge.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if I make my morale check. No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what is your melee strength?
Well,
It's going to be thirded and then halved.
It's
So we'll
entirely
say
not
it's-
exhausted. So it's
yeah, so
halved
it's
and halves.
oh, okay.
So 9, call it 5.
Their strength is 17 less 6, 11.
It's lost a
halved
third,
to
right?
5. It's about 11, maybe 12. So it's about more like 3.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting
Yep.
tired.
Yeah. Okay. I have
Because it didn't do the counter charge or the reaction
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll use a third of my strength. So I have is that right? 35. Third would be 12. That's too low. I'll just attack. It's 5 to 1. 5 to 1. 33 less 2, 31.
That's going to be a DR.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what it says. A 31
Okay.
is a DR.
All right. So you take a hit and route, and you're going to route like about 11 of them.
I take another hit and I route.
Mhm.
Alrighty. They go. You said
About 11 of them.
11.
So that's
it was
it'll be 4 to go
4,
there.
5,
5.
9, 10, 11. And routed.
Already.
And then what? Are they exhausted as well? Or?
Yeah.
You're exhausted because you're already tired.
So I have to put it. Exhausted.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, this unit will charge.
All right. So you want to form square.
Yeah. We'll roll form square.
So it's at 4, but yeah.
They're good.
Okay, this unit will fire opportunity fire at them. We have 6. It's 1 to 1.5. Miss. Okay. Now I'll go here. This unit could theoretically reaction charge, but it actually wouldn't reach me because you can't stop on top of your square. So this is the target. I'll go here. I think we should fight it.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that. They're disordered.
Okay, so yeah.
Right.
So
Disordered.
what's your strength?
Well,
They're disordered and
Can-
they're
Have and
tired.
have.
can he wait? Can he reaction if he's disordered?
No.
No.
And he's in a brush anyway.
That's true.
So you're half for being tired, half for being disordered, and half for not reactioning. So you got 3 halves.
3 halves.
That's an 8.
Yep.
So what is it you do? You hit Control F. No.
Yeah. So you
Oh,
you
that's-
lasso
what's this stuff?
everything, and so you lasso the whole hex, and then you click Control F, and it flips everybody over.
No, it doesn't. Flips.
Yeah.
Come on. But I can't see anything. Oh, there it goes. Oh, but it won't. Okay. So I have.
So you've
It
got
took one
12
hit.
plus 14. So you've got 26 divided by 8 is going to be 3.
That's about 3, maybe 3.5 or 4.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
3.
5 to, it's 5 to 1.
And you got a
okay,
plus
5 to 1.
3 for your leader. Or I
5 to
guess a
1,
minus.
23 is a DD3.
Yep, a DD3.
But you're already disordered, so you're
So
out.
they're going to route. Yep.
Take a hit.
So they take a hit.
Yep.
The one on top.
Yep.
Okay. And they go back how many?
About 11.
11. So that would be 4, 8. And that's as far as they could go.
Throw that there. All right, I'll regroup.
Well, you got to go into the hex first.
Of course, yep.
Yep. And he gets a shot as you move in there.
That is true.
So it would be 5 to 6.
8.
Oh, no, it's actually less than that because it's halved, but because it's opportunity fire. So it would be
3 versus 8, 1 to
3
3.
to 8. Yeah, 1 to 3.
So roll a 66.
Does he get a plus or anything for the size?
No, it's 9. 9
no.
points.
9 points.
What are you talking about right now?
Your
You
square
roll-
gets a shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
okay. I
he
was paying
advanced-
attention to my.
Yeah.
I was fooling around with my stack, so I didn't
Yeah.
know. I wasn't listening. Sorry. Okay.
No,
31.
that's a miss.
All right, we'll regroup. This one will regroup first.
Not that he wants to. This is more a rules
He's the-
question.
Right.
So once you move into that hex after the opportunity fire, could the cavalry opportunity charge you in there? And
Which one?
this one.
Normally,
in the
yes,
upper-
but it's facing
yes.
the wrong way.
Okay, so if he's facing the right way, he could. Okay.
Yes.
you.
Yep. That'd be a cool use of dragoons, by the way. They would stomp all over the Cossacks. Okay.
But with your
Well,
16, you
1,
can retreat.
2. Yeah, they'll go back there. Now I get 5 movement points. I'll pull out of that hex. You can
Got another shot.
shoot again. Shoot again.
Okay.
Nope.
No.
And one more.
One more.
One more shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, not yet. Or, well, he hasn't moved yet, but are you going to move
Yeah,
and
it's
continue?
gonna miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
44 probably isn't good enough.
No.
Okay, that's that. Next chip. Next chip was 6 for the Russian Guard.
Yep.
Now, is your guy tired, exhausted?
They're
Though?
exhausted. Yep.
Okay, they need markers. Can we stop now? Is that okay?
If that's okay with everybody, can we just put the yellow chit from the I'll just clone it. I mean, I'll clone the
So,
green chit.
Yeah, that would be
Brennan,
fine if possible.
I'm fading bad here. I'm just gonna put my chit on the turn marker.
I need my sleep. Nothing like lecturing to students and yawning
yeah,
in the middle
Brennan.
of the lecture.
Yeah, Brennan, I do have one question for you. Okay, so you
Sure.
declared your charge here.
Yep.
And he formed square then. At that point, he could here. Well, okay, 1, 2, 3. He's not in. If he reactions when it hit there, does he go 2 hexes or 1?
Hacker goes 2.
So he could have reaction to there.
Who could? The
This guy.
Dragoons?
He's going to end up stacked on his own square, which probably
Not if he goes 2, because you were
No,
here.
no. He doesn't go 2. The attacker goes 2, right?
He's the attacker then.
No.
Charging unit goes 2.
The unit
original
that
charging
is
unit.
the original charging unit would move forward 2.
Oh, okay.
And then he would move forward 1.
No, it's the unit making the attack is the one that moves the extra hex.
Yeah. So the dragoons become the attacker then.
Yeah.
And therefore they move the extra hex.
So they could have actually made that.
No. The attacker is the original charging unit.
Nah.
Read it. The active cavalry, I believe, is the larger distance.
All right. Well, that's something for us to read.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
All right.
let's
That
hit
works.
the save button, people, if everything is where
yes.
it needs to be.
Yeah, minor command stuff up in the backfield of that core, but yeah, okay. Leave it like that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and do whatever it is, but
I think we're set. Yep.
Also, as a heads up, I will not be in town next week, so I won't be able to make it. I'll have no internet access.
Michael, I had one quick question for you before we miss you for a week. You painted a lot of Westphalians with their line infantry,
Yes.
and they're white with the blue breast.
Yes, a particular lightish blue breast. Yes.
Did you also paint their light infantry?
Yes, I did.
And are they green like that?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Do you have some photos?
And they have the Hungarian. They have the Hungarian lacing at the top of the thighs, and yeah, blah blah blah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you have some photos of the things that you painted? I'd love to see them.
Yeah. I'll dig them out. Those are my favorite ones I ever painted. So I'll dig them out and I'll snap some photos of them.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Do you want some photos of the Westphalian Guard as well too?
Totally.
Nice. I'll be happy to oblige.
Enjoy your trip.
Yeah.
It's gonna be somber. I'm gonna be in Western North Carolina helping out.
Oh, well, thank you for helping out there. Yeah, that's a real mess
I'll
out
be,
there where that hurricane hit.
I'll be on site there for a week, so we almost moved there 2 years ago, and the plan is we'll be buying land in the next 2 years, and so it's almost feel like an obligation to go and be an active member of the community, even though I'm not quite yet a member of the community. But yeah, I'll be up to my knees in mud.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Well, take care of yourself. Be safe.
Thank you.
And we will
All right.
see you when you
Talk to
get
everybody
back.
soon.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
All right.
Have a
everyone.
good
Good
week.
night, everybody.
Good night.
All right. Bye.
Take it easy.